Oh, yeah!
He did it. Finally got a stream deck. And of course I just filled it with, turned it into a soundboard, because that's fun. No, I actually got it so I can quickly toggle between game and dev machine. Look, dev, game, dev, game. I don't know if I'm doing it backwards or not. How's everybody doing tonight? Can you guys hear me all right? Hello, Bramble. All right, you guys can hear me? Cool, cool, cool. All right, now I need to move chat around so I can see the game and you guys at the same time. Here we go. Okay. Sound is good. All right, we're gonna do another sound check here. I've got some. I'm gonna make sure my sound effects aren't obnoxiously loud. All right, so we've got. How's the volume on Bardic Inspiration? The only thing I got to figure out how to do with this thing still is let it also take over my KVM switch, so I don't have to reach over and grab that. Slightly loud, but not bad. Okay. All right, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Another one.
Hello to you.
Every time Ron says that, makes me happy. That one's good. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How's that one? Hello, folks. Sounds good. All right, and then last one I set up for today. This is a long one, but it's an awesome one, and it's gonna be our fight music whenever we get into a heavy battle. Yeah, there's so much bass in this song. How's the volume, guys? Do I need to turn it down a little bit? A bit loud? Alright, let me turn that down. Alright, I dropped it a bit. Is that better? Much better. This is a fun toy. And I was able, I managed to pick up the Vaultec branded one. Somebody was selling theirs because they was sold out like immediately. All right, let's get at it. So this is our SS2 cleanup playthrough. For those of you who didn't see the last week, this is a brand new playthrough. We've only done it 1 week so far. And the gist of it is we're playing through SS2 like usual, like I always do on Wednesdays. But this time, anytime we run into a bug, or you guys know of a bug, we're going to try and recreate it, and then we're going to just fix it live on camera. So we're going to be toggling between playing the game, modding, and I'm going to talk you guys through whatever I'm fixing, so those of you guys who like to mod can hopefully pick up some tips. JC1 are you planning on holding on to any power armor? Still get the disappearing PA when exiting PA in SS2 GNN. I actually think I am going to use power armor this build. I'm going for like a rush shotgun build, and I feel like that could work just fine with power armor. I don't feel like I go any slower in power armor, so once I get some fusion cores, I'm probably going to play power armor. But on my main playthrough, I did leave a set of power armor in GNN all the time, and I never had any issues. All right. So last week we got to laying foundations, and we ran into a bug with where if Jake gets pulled into combat during showing you the first plot, then it breaks the sequence and he just wanders off to who knows where, and we fixed that. Then we found a second bug immediately after that and fixed that as well. So off to a good start. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. The goal is to play for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and if we don't see any bugs, then I'm probably just going to shift to bug fixing anyway, and you guys can kind of direct me about what bugs fix, because I'm sure you've all got issues in the mod that you would love for me to address. So it'll be whoever captures my imagination with their bug into something I think I can fix on camera. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, we got our first couple of residents moved in. But we don't have any ASM sensors because... well, actually, no, we do. We have a whole bunch. But we only have residential right now. Because we robbed Jake blind. So we can actually go ahead and build these guys' houses. Why not? Alright, let's get you guys some houses here. I think we said we're gonna put housing on here this time. So we'll start with a nice layer of 2x2s. And then we have to figure out how the heck we're gonna go vertical, because I want to do like some verticality along on the screen. See how that feels. See how that feels. All right, so we can snap one more in here. There we go. All right, first 4 people. So we got those 3, and then whoever shows up. I guess Old Paul will be next. Discovered the Eddie Winter tape 7 bug today. Thanks for the intercom for the old cell. Oh yeah. For some of the tape, like there's a lot of stuff in the vanilla cells that we cloned where whatever was, I guess I can scrap all this. We ended up cloning a lot of quest items, and the ones that we cloned don't count. And that is definitely, it's one of those like little nitpicky things because we had the intercom as a backup plan. But yeah, the intention has always been to like, because I can rig it up so that the actual quest version moves to our cell, so that way you can still, the one that you see in our cell will work. But it ended up being, it's always been a low priority. But that is the exact type of stuff we are going to do during this playthrough. Do those little nitpicky stuff that I just keep delaying because it just, otherwise, when's it going to happen? If not now, when? Let's see, Vasily, this is late in SS2, however, CPD bounty missions don't show a location or trigger a quest. Yep, that's a good one to fix. We'll probably be focused on core code and Chapter 1 stuff for now until I get up to Chapter 2. We'll probably try and focus on stuff that like I'm actively playing in the playthrough, because that way I can replicate it. Oscar, question about SS2 caravans. If I have caravans in settlement A and B, can I move guns and armor from A to B, or no?
I'm new around.
No, we're not interested in you, sir. Yeah, the SS2 caravans work the same way as, well, if you mean like physical guns and armor, like, you know, you go over here and drop a shotgun in the workbench. No, that does not carry over with SS2 caravans. If you donate weaponry to the supply system for the soldiers, then yes, that does carry with the caravan. But I think even in base game, physical items you put in the workbench, only the junk carries between with caravan. I think there are mods, like I think IDEX is one that allows you to have the, what do you call it, all of your stuff shared. And I think it does it by physically moving everything when you arrive at a settlement. All right, here we go. Let's go catch up with Jake. So this playthrough we did things a little different than usual. I cleared out the raiders and set Preston free to Sanctuary before talking to Jake. So we just let him know, hey, I already dealt with the raiders for you. So I keep running into a bug with workshop framework. If max settlers by bed count is enabled, max settlers count doesn't increase past 10. Interesting. Alright, here's Mr. J.
Oh, hey! I'll be honest, when you said you'd already taken care of the raiders, I had my doubts. But you were speaking the truth. Alright, you held up your side of the bargain. The raiders have been dealt with. Now it's my turn to deliver. If you'd just like to follow me, we'll get you your ASAMs.
Okay, lead the way, buddy.
Welcome to my workshop. Or at least what's left the raiders didn't smash.
Yeah, I think those raiders probably stole all your boxes.
You own this place?
I suppose I do. I mean, there was no one else here. And it was a good place to set up shop. Well, it was a good place until the raiders showed up. I'll never understand their need to smash and knock stuff over.
Nice place you got here.
Despite the mess they made, it doesn't look like they took anything important. Most of my equipment is still here, including your reward. Here, one whole box of ASAMs to do with as you see fit. You earned them.
Yeah, we got our holotape.
What exactly is going on here?
Well,
Man, I
before the
need
Raiders showed
I need my
up,
patrolman
I was doing
sunglasses.
research on the ASAMs. Despite me being the closest thing in the Commonwealth to an expert, there's still a lot I don't know about them.
I already did that last episode, Brian. I already robbed him blind while he was gone.
Is that all?
That's not all. If you remember, I also promised to show you more things you could build with ASAM sensors. I'll meet you back at your settlement. Don't keep me waiting long now.
Lastly, Sanctuary, when used as a starting settlement, seems to always not respect the bed count with the communication plot. We actually know what that bug is. I just don't have a good way to fix it. So the bug is actually... well, now I don't know how to describe it, but we know what it is, but not a good way to fix it. So that actually would happen in any settlement. It's just like kind of a fundamental flaw with the communication plot because it's relying on something that's problematic. Like, there's a lot of data with settlements that gets unloaded when you're not there, and it just causes a lot of problems. So it is unfortunately something we are stuck with for the time being. All right, let's grab Lone Wanderer, and then we should grab Rifleman too if we're gonna go shotguns here. There we go. Narcot, any plans to make more SS2 characters romanceable? I mean, knowing Sir Rick, if we let him do all of the... What's going on with this guy? Oh, another Minuteman. Do whatever he wants with the gunner characters, because he had said he wants to expand them, and I think he wants to turn Berman, Wise, or Lamont, or maybe all three. At least one of them he wanted to turn into a companion at some point, and I'm sure he'll make them romanceable at this point. Now, Scribe, if you're going to keep the respawning ASAM boxes, you need to add a little extra Jake line where Jake yells at you about taking all his display models. Oh, hey, Carla.
Yeah.
Probably wait for patrolman glasses. Come on down to the mole rat hole behind our near sanctuary. You get your very own black rim glasses until then. Let's see if Carla will sell
So
us some
what's your
glasses.
story? Looking to trade? Rob me? Or just ask directions to Diamond City?
Maybe we should rob her.
Diamond City? Where's that?
Directions. Figures. Just keep going until you see the skyline. Cross the river. You'll find the Great Green Jewel just inside the city limits.
Hey, Carla.
You again. Here to trade?
Well, you took
Let's see
away
what
my
you have.
threat
Yeah,
option.
yeah, keep your shirt on.
All right, let's see. Does she have our much needed glasses? She does not. All right, what do you have for me? Do you have any jet? I would also accept jet. You guys didn't think I was going to have a non-jet playthrough, did you? Okay. Goodbye, Carla. All right. I guess we could have fast traveled, but that's all right. We'll just run it behind Jake. Sarcastic gets you a permanent discount. Really? Trudy might have glasses. That's true. Funniest bug so far was when old Paul got stuck on a car in Concord, and so when he's supposed to come in and shout, "Raiders!" Jake and I just stared at an empty doorway for 20 seconds. That's funny. Yeah, there's a bunch of potential bugs like that where, like, just because of the nature of the game with, like, random pathing breaking that, like, there's no great solution for. The best we could do would be... because so the base game has a system already where if an NPC fails to reach its destination for its AI package after so many seconds, they're supposed to teleport, but it doesn't work all the time. So then you can have that happen where an NPC just gets, like, kind of perma-stuck in a half an AI package.
Excuse me.
All right, time to show you what else ASAMs can do. Now, generally speaking, people need a roof over their head, food in their bellies, and a place to be working. We already built a place someone could live. So if you're ready, let's move on to those other two things.
Oh, that's the other sound button I need. We need a need a maximum crab button. I don't know what I was thinking. We may have to just stop midstream and add that. Let's see. Leslie, can you buy building materials for a new settlement? Yeah, you can buy like steel and wood and stuff and use those and donate them, or just drop them in your workbench. When you're building with plots and you're in the settlement, it'll actually just use whatever scraps in the workbench.
Okay. Show me.
All right. Place down a sensor again. But this time, we'll use one configured for food production.
Okay, let's build a 2x2. Alright, this time, let's do farms in the middle. We'll let them have all this nice, nasty water. Yeah, let's go ahead and try and scrap all this stuff here near the edges. Is Jake following my ghostly form?
Go ahead.
He is.
Just put it down wherever you like.
Thanks, buddy. We're gonna fill in this. We're gonna fill in this watering hole. Oh, you know what? I should build a Brahmin pen right next to it. But for now, we'll get it kind of a little bit far from the edge so that the foundation, the dirt foundation, doesn't just like fill in the hole. There we go.
Go ahead. Just put it down wherever you like.
All right, let's see where the thing goes. It shouldn't fill in the water too much. Because we could have just covered this up, just buried the water. There we go. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. All right. Did it accept my plot building? Where's my build a 2x2 agricultural plot and Starlight Drive-In? There it goes.
Okay. I'm gonna take on the role of a settler again. Don't worry, I won't subject you to my bad theatrics this time. I just want to show you how easy this is.
Is there an ASAM post weapon? There is. Somebody released that like a couple weeks or even maybe the first week after SS2 came out. I think it was Captain Coots maybe? But yeah, there is a ASAM post as a weapon, as a bat or whatever.
ASAM, that don't really matter.
Let's see if I can find it while we're waiting for Jake here.
It'll tell your settlers where to dig, what to plant, when to harvest. Takes out all the guesswork. No fuss, no muss. Well, maybe a little bit of muss.
ASAM all.
I mean,
There you go.
Dirt.
I got a
But
link
how's
coming
that
for you in
different to
just
any
a
other day in the
second.
Commonwealth?
Boop. There you go. Oh, and now I can use my fancy buttons to show you real quick. Ta-da!
Okay, almost done.
Okay, come on. Speak up, sensor. Yeah, see, I don't understand. I mean, you guys remember last week when we did the... Well, you've all played it enough times. The residential plot is so fast. And for whatever reason, the
yes, gone are the days of
agricultural and
citizens
industrial,
complaining
etc.
over
are
those
so slow.
ever-increasing grocery store prices, thanks to Rutger brand ASAM sensors. Never has it been easier for citizens to grow their own mouth-watering produce. It's so simple, even the wife and kids will want to get their hands dirty. For the finest in homegrown food, look to Rutger brand ASAM sensors.
What do you think, Jake?
And there we have it.
There we go.
A fine plot of land ready for cultivation. This from the guy who once underwatered a cactus.
What next?
Right. Let's move on. All right, we've built a home, a farm. Next thing is a place to work. You know, somewhere folks can perform a little industry. Gather scrap or do a bit of scavenging. That kind of thing. Go ahead. Put down an ASAM that's programmed for that.
Industrial it is. I think the plot voice line is slow because of script lag, like even my home plot is now. I think you're kind of right. I think it's what I did was I think the first plot, the residential, is all faked, and then I think the rest of them use the actual mechanics, which are a little bit slower because they're meant to. Oh, I thought this was a mannequin. I thought you were a mannequin, dude. I was coming over here to scrap you. All right, where are we gonna put industrial in this town? Maybe along this side. We'll leave a little room for a martial, sneak a martial plot in there. Oh yeah, I want to have these guys. Let's go ahead and we'll let them go over the border a little bit. That's fine. We need to maximize our space here. Okay, there's our junk storage explanation, which we should. Let's see, do we have enough? I guess we shouldn't because it's going to crank up our defense needs, and we don't really have industrial. We don't have much we can do for defense yet. who does the voice for the ASAMs, that is Sir Rick, who's actually our lead writer. He originally started the project as a voice actor.
I'm on it.
And then one time sent me a message that said, like, hey, if you have any extra writing tasks, I'm happy to help out. And I had him help me do some editing for somebody's writing. He did great. And then one of our two lead writers exited the project, and he volunteered to step in and help out. And we've been working together ever since. No, the ASAM guy is not Sir Rick. Oh, you mean the ASAM, like the voice of the Robco guy? Yes, that's him.
If you want
He's not. I thought you meant Jake as the ASAM guy. Jake is.
And a storage unit will encourage people to do that.
I can't think of his last name.
Wood,
it's Tom.
Steel,
Tom. Why can't I think of Tom's last name?
To help keep warm. And don't be surprised if in time people start gathering even more useful stuff.
It's gonna drive me nuts until I remember his last name. Give me a second. Somebody's gonna beat me to it. Tom Schalk, thank you. Now I gotta find his.
That's true now.
I gotta find his social.
I had it tidy. And
Tom Schalk.
We're done.
There he is. This is the voice of Jake. But the voice that's going to speak out of the little speaker here, that is Sir Rick.
Times are tough. There's no
There he
doubt
is.
about it. Even useful people are starting to feel the pinch. But you can rely on Robco to provide fulfilling employment alternatives. With just one handy-dandy Robco brand ASAM sensor, citizens need never fear unemployment again.
That's hilarious, Brian.
Yeah,
so Rick also does all of our, anytime we need a custom Mr. Handy, he ends up doing the voice for those too.
One more in the long line of technological marvels brought to you by Robco brand ASAM sensors.
Well, there we are. All basic necessities covered. Although folks won't be happy with the bare essentials forever. Eventually they will want more. Now it's up to you what type of ASAMs you put down, but do try and keep in mind what folks in your settlements will be needing.
Excuse me, hello.
Hey,
don't
there's
shoot
our boy.
now. I don't mean no harm.
Missed you,
hope
old
don't
Paul.
mind the intrusion. I couldn't help but notice all the commotion.
Earthworm Paul.
What are you two youngins up to here? That is, if you don't mind me asking. Fixing up these buildings, are you?
Yep, all patched up with duct tape and bubblegum.
Actually, we just finished building these. Foundations, walls, everything.
Is that so? Built them by yourself, did you? Well, you two looking to settle down here, or...?
This settlement belongs to my friend here, not me. I was just demonstrating some construction techniques using this ASAM sensor.
Construction techniques? Using that gadget there? Sounds like Brahmin dung to me. Are you telling me you made all this using that gizmo?
That's right. We're rebuilding.
You say that as if building stuff is easy.
Hey, here's a suggestion. Why not offer the old-timer residents here? Let them experience the benefits of sensors firsthand. That is, if you'd be interested in staying here.
I'll admit, seeing you two build with those doodads did pique my curiosity. And it might be nice to settle down somewhere for a while. It is getting dangerous out there, especially for a scav past his prime. But would an old man like me really be welcome here?
Bramble, you're getting empathetic, throat clearing feeling. A1 Sorry, I finished up a full playthrough, no spoilers, but I like the Magnuson stuff. It was interesting. I would like more idle dialogue for the main cast when they're in the HQ to liven them up. Yeah, we actually, one of our post-launch projects we have before we finish, we call SS2 finish, is to do a whole bunch of inter-NBC conversations. So you like, Aiden and Jake talking, Teresa and Lupe talking, like all the different combinations of characters talking to each other. I absolutely love those scenes. Those are so fun to walk into. And it helps flesh out the characters and their relationships with each other. So we will be doing that at some point. But we kind of got to pause on any additional development for the time being because we need to fix all these bugs.
I'd welcome the help.
Okay, then, you got yourself a deal. Old Paul is at your service. Now, if you'd excuse me a second, I want to check out this here sensor doohickey.
How about that? Your ASAMs have already attracted their first resident. With that, I'd say our exchange of services is complete. Enjoy
Thanks,
your
Paul.
ASAMs. I'm sure you'll put them to good use. Now, if you'll excuse me,
He is just
I gotta
staring
get
at the
back
sensor
to the
too.
hardware store.
Oh, that's
Got a
awesome.
lot of important work to begin on with.
What kind of work?
I've got some family matters I need to take care of.
I love when we get janky camera.
I'm sure you
It's
understand.
classic Fallout 4.
It was good working with you.
Yeah, you too. I should get going.
Just keeps
and
getting
good
better.
luck with your
Check out
settlement.
that ear.
Hey, where's that ASAM fella going? I wanted to ask him a few questions.
What's on your mind?
Maybe you're the person to ask instead. You're the head honcho around this place, right? Well, I've got a request to make. You see, I noticed
Jake's
that
just
there's a
stuck.
whole
Can't
bunch
get
of
out
new
of that building.
people around here, so I'm thinking it might be best to put down a few more of these here sensor thingamabobs. You know, to make sure everybody's got a home, a place to work, and not to mention enough food.
And this is the stuff, like, I watch it and I'm like, I know we can't fix this because we tried for a long time. Like, there's certain stuff with the AI where we're just out of luck. And this is why there's so, even though it's a mod called Some Settlements, so few scenes in the mod actually take place in settlements, because we tried that with Conqueror. Anybody who's played through Conqueror will tell you it is a miracle to make it through everything because of the amount of scene work that happens in a settlement, and they just get stuck on things.
That's a good idea.
Well, I've been known to have a decent idea now and again. These ASAM things seem very impressive, but we can only make use of them if you place them down for us.
Okay. We got our different sizes. Here we go. Jake's still hanging out. Does the engine let you set up randomly occurring scenes with animations like leaning on walls, etc. for NPC interactions? The base game literally always does it once and then done. I mean, you can, but it's a little more difficult because, like, dynamically placing them in a reasonable spot is hard. So it tends to be that random inter-NPC conversations are they just stand next to each other and talk to each other. It's just a nature of how dynamic this game is. All right, you can see we've got some add-on packs installed, so we should start seeing a lot more variety in my settlements this time instead of the usual everything is basis is 2. All right, so what do we got? Actually, hold on, let me check our... All right, so we need 3 more jobs and 2 more residential plots. Well, only, I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, there's gonna be 4 there. I don't know why it's not counting that one yet, but all right, we'll go ahead and build another one. All right, we're gonna start our verticality, and we will just, like, if we get building plans here that are too tall, we'll just knock them down. So I am going to, we're just gonna float it. Well, I guess we'll go ahead, oh, there it goes, there's the residential build. We'll go ahead and staple some wood up here. If we have enough resources, that is. Oh, wood 7, holy cow. All right, we gotta go scrap some trees. Strip mining time. Wonder when you're gonna go through the team and redo the ROTC stuff. Oh man, the ROTC stuff is, whew, that's a doozy of a project. Not confident it's gonna happen, but we'll see. It may get to a point where I just have to, like, put out a call for some additional help and try and assemble a new team to tackle that. Because, like, our team already did it, and it didn't work out because the tools were not ready when we built our OTC. So asking them to do it again, that's going to be a tough one. All right, let's go ahead and put this in here. Let's see if we can. Give it a nice scrappy look. All right, now I need some supports under here. This looks too awful. I won't. My brain won't accept this. So we need something to fake it. I think we got some good stuff. I think we have Wasteland Reconstruction Kit, which probably got some good stuff for this. Let's see. WRK, structures, supports. That's a weird way it snapped, but okay. We'll take it. I'm glad it snapped. How about this one? Nope, nope, stop spinning.
Come here again, and I will paint this door red with your brains.
Alright, we're going to take advantage of some... Oh, we're going to try to take advantage of some place everywhere. Oh, there it goes, there it goes. So if I just hit number 4 on the numpad, this will slowly slide in where I want it. And then we can hit number 8 to nudge it up. There we go. We're gonna pretend that that's enough. That's enough engineering support. No, we'll put something up. We'll put something out here as well. Just want to start with this. Come on, get in there. Yeah, good enough. All right, so now we need something because there's. I guess you would have to. You could do like some suspension upward, but I don't have any good ropes for that. So we're gonna need some pillars here or something. Do we have any vertical supports? Oh wait, what was this? This could work. We'll scale this up. Alright, I think it's number 3. Yeah, there we go. Oops. Nudge that way. I'm trying not to block the entryway to this little house here. And then we scoot this backward here. Alright, and then we need to scale it up again. Oh no, we need to shift it downward. I think there's a way to increase the increment, but I don't remember the keys for that. Anybody remember those offhand? So glad you're using Place Everywhere. It's been a lifesaver for even building in vanilla. Yeah, Place Everywhere is amazing. It's hard to do much. Ooh, that's no good. We gotta fix this. It's hard to do really cool stuff without Place Everywhere. Okay, let's go back to our plots, and this we'll just snap this guy up here if we can find a good spot for that. I'm hoping I can get it to snap into the inside there. Alright, I think what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to do some trickery here. We're gonna take this over here. We're gonna snap a plot to it, and then we're gonna hope that it is stuck to it. So when we do, oh no, we can do group grab. There we go. And then hopefully we can get this to go in here. I won't snap in the group grab though. You know what? That's not terrible. Alright, let's see if this will snap now. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take the jank. Alright, now we need to get some stairs for these guys to get up to the second level. So we can just use some base game stairs. Base game stairs for that. Wait, what was that? Ooh, this could be nice next to here. Can we get this to drop off at each level? Ah, there's no... I guess I could build it by hand, but man, it would have been nice if I could have... If there was little exits on each of those. I don't think I have the patience to build all that scaffolding by hand. So we're going to go with classic stairs. Nope, turn this way. There we go. And then we're going to need to support this. What do we got here? Alright. Doesn't look great, but it works. I can headcanon that that's okay. Okay, let's go to build some more plots here. We need more agricultural and more industrial. We're going to build, though, a 3x3. Oh, and I saw somebody had asked me earlier if it mattered, and I'm sorry, I think one of the NPCs was talking, so I was waiting for them to finish. So one of you asked earlier about 3x3 versus 2x2 and stuff. The plot size does not matter. There is no efficiency or inefficiency from that. All of us is balanced around number of settlers. We did that for a couple of reasons. One was because we know that people could just do this and cheese things, and space is not really an issue other than in really tiny settlements. So balancing around the size of the plot didn't make much sense. But also because one of the themes of SS2 versus SS1 is that people matter. It was like people make, that's kind of like the moral takeaway of the whole story is like it's the people that matter. It's the community you build. The buildings don't actually matter. So leaning into that, it was like, well, then the plots can't really matter. What has to matter is how many people are working on them. All right, so let's get this thing down, and we'll turn this into a Brahmin pen, and then they can have it can be their watering hole. All right, we're gonna nudge this down a bit, and then we'll refresh it, and it should shift all of the other stuff down. I should have put hit use place everywhere's other tool to allow me to lower it down, but I forgot. So, scrap that. Refresh plot. Scrap it again. Oh, this is station operation. Actually, and I forgot we've got other add-on packs, so we might get some fun stuff here. Let's see what we're gonna get. Oh, we got a Brahmin farm by Murmurakne. Perfect. And I think we screwed up these terraformers, so we're just gonna scrap them. There we go. Now I don't know how many people can work in this one. Let's see. I guess I can't see from that yet. I gotta wait till it finishes. Oh yeah, the Ron says that too. The people make the town. Yeah, that's right. And like we put it, that's why we have all you tracked all the new settlers. Yeah, everything's built around people. Should a 3x3 plot use up more script resources than 2x2 plots? No. So actually, if you were looking at it from efficiency of performance, then using big plots would be better. Because you'd have less plots, right? So if you're just trying to optimize for game performance, then yeah, using the bigger plots would be better. For the most part. I mean, there are probably some cases of some people have gone overboard on items. Christoph, thank you for subscribing. It could be some people went overboard on building items on their giant plots, and then that will have its own negative effect, right? They'll have built more items because they have more space. So, but most of the add-on pack authors are pretty good about putting things in collections and creating new statics for performance reasons. All right, so I don't know how many people that's going to be for. We'll assume one for now, and we're going to definitely want some more industrial because we need to start cooking a lot of junk. Let's get this guy. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so this looks like it's a one person. It might be one of those. He might have set it up to be like starts out with one person and then goes to 2 and then 3, or not. Either way, we'll leave it as is. All right, let's see what we get here. I think I want a. Yeah, that's what I want. I want the junk gathering so that we get some random stuff. And so I'll go ahead and build another one. All right, this one's not going to snap. That's okay. All right, so that'll be 3, 4, 5. So that should be our last one, and then we should trigger the next wave of people to show up. All right, well, since we were place everywhere, go ahead and tuck this in a little bit. Oops. I don't have to fix the wire. There we go. I'm not going to power everything right away. As soon as you power things, they become eligible for upgrading, and as they upgrade, they increase the defense requirements and everything. So we don't want to do that this early in our empire's life. So we're going to wait to power everything for a little while until we've got a couple more settlements probably. Oscar, since you're doing bug fixes on this run, one bug I found when it comes to plots with foundations, the extra land parts don't go away when you snap 2 plots together. I'm not sure I follow what you mean. Like, are you saying like when you snap, the foundations for 2 agricultural will cause, so like if I do this, let's snap another one to it. Come on, like that. Is that what you're talking about? That the in between foundations don't go away? Let's check and see. Let that all build. I'll pick you up. See, because they do detect each other. You see, like, it didn't build the in-between ones. Because otherwise, normally there would be, like, an extra corner here and an extra edge there, an extra corner there on both sides, and it didn't, because if you have to build them pretty quickly for that to happen. There is a setting in the holotape to... there's a setting in the holotape to expand the amount of time before terraformers react. Daisy, just quick question. I'm totally confused on chems to treat patients. What are chems that I am to use? I know disease cure doesn't work. Disease cure is one that works. You have to donate them though. So like so there are 2 ways you can use disease cure. Disease cure you can use as an alternate activation on your people. So there'll be like if you have it in your, oh actually no, we changed that, didn't we? So disease cure should still work out of your, but it doesn't work out of your inventory now. I think you need to donate it. So if you just go to a city planner's desk or war planner's desk and click on the supplies, you can just donate any of your cure chems. So I believe it's stim packs. I think it's any chems, to be honest with you. I don't think we differentiated. I think it's just if you just send in chems, unless you're, it depends on the difficulty you're playing on though. So the ones that cure diseases, I'd have to look, but I believe it's something like, no, actually, no. Well, it depends. What difficulty are you playing on? If you're playing on full component complexity, like the full tree of individual resources, even then, I think we have it broken down into, for chems, I think we have it broken down to 4 different types. So it's like cures, stims, radaway, and enhancements, or something like that.
Who's there?
Oh, what's going on here? What are you doing? Wait, is she... Oh, it's a raider. Where did you come from? Oh, a whole fight raged and I wasn't even paying attention. Alright. Well, it looks like we got 1 upgrade there. Thanksgiving Gath, because when building in Sanctuary, I noticed that I ended up building too many 2x2 plots for Jake and Sturge quests, thus switching them to 3x3 would save on script resources. Yeah, no problem, Dave. Anybody, if any of you guys, anyone who has questions, watch my stream. If I don't answer your question, it's usually just because the chat goes by so fast and I just miss it. So if you @KingGathme, I try and periodically like scroll back up through and look for the tags. So if I'm not answering your question, just type tagging me, and I'm more likely to catch it. All right, let's see here. So I think. Greet the newcomers. Did Lily show up? She's just hanging out over here.
If there's anything I can do, let me know. I'm not afraid of a little work.
Hey there.
Hey. Are you the one who put out the radio message? Is this your settlement? It's very nice. We had to leave our home. Everyone was getting sick. So, if you're looking for people and it's no trouble, well, we'd like to live here.
What was that about people getting sick?
Don't worry, none of us are sick. That's why we left, so we wouldn't catch it. I don't know what caused the illness. Maybe bad water. Now we just want somewhere new to live. Maybe here, if you'll have us.
I said this makes me. Any of you guys play Frostpunk? This makes me think of an early mission in Frostpunk where like you can bring on some people, but they're sick and they spread a disease in your early settlement, or you can turn them away and you get less people, but you stave off the sickness a little longer.
Of course. Go right ahead.
Oh, thank you. Don't worry, we're willing to work. Just let us know where you want us.
They don't. She doesn't actually trigger an illness. That was like that's something that came up in conversation of like maybe we should rewrite her dialogue a little bit and have it so that you can turn her away, and then if you don't, you get a disease outbreak early. If you do turn her away, then you lose out on her, but you avoid
that kicking it won't work.
The illness. But then we would have to have somebody else to do this scene between that triggers you to go find Jake again.
Be good for the sensor.
But it won't work right.
Oh, she just sprinted over here
to go beating the living daylights out of it.
Well, how do I make it do what I want?
I wish I could tell you, but I really don't know.
Then you don't know that kicking it won't work.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. Maybe you can talk some sense into the young lady.
I could have a chat with her.
It's this
this
sensor
one's a
thing.
goner.
I want to build a store, you know, somewhere I could sell stuff, but it won't work.
A store? I don't think the sensors can build those. Can they?
Dave, I love Lily. I made her manage a bar. It's fun. She really seems to love it since she can have custom dialogue for it. Oh yeah, I think we have about 7 or 8 of our settlers have like a crazy deep pool of dialogue where they have a bunch of. No, it's more than that. I should get a list of those. There's a fair number of settlers that have like a giant deep pool of dialogue so that they have custom lines for when they're assigned to shops and such. It's Alex Powell, Katie Powell, like the Powell family all does. I can't think of his name. Franklin has a deep pool. Audra, Knox, and what is Audra's brother's name? I always forget it because we always off him. But those 3 all have really deep pools of dialogue. Sneak has a really deep pool of dialogue. Tom Sanford does, although somebody posted on the forums that he's broken right now, so that's on my agenda to fix. I don't know. There's like 10 or 12 of characters that just have like ridiculously deep pools of dialogue. We wanted to do it for all of them, but getting just the way that those characters came to be, all of our different settlers, was I recruited after SS1 came out. I recruited like 15 writers and just had them all go at it.
You know who would know?
Many of them have long since left the team, so someone else would have to pick up the torch and write new dialogue for all those people, and then coordinate with the voice actors. And it was a big project. We started to do it, and we got a few people to come back, but it just turned out to be too much. So we ended up dropping that plan.
I'll go see him immediately.
Oh, well, that's great. In the meantime, I'll get the new arrivals settled. And hopefully prevent more property damage.
Good luck.
Okay. I'll have to visit Jake again. All right, are we good? Actually, well, we should finish building for these guys here. I think they still need. Oh, we must have. How do we have? No, we don't have enough homes. I was like, it's 8 out of 13. I was like, what? How do we have enough homes for everybody already? We do not. We need some more homes here. Wine11. Oh, that's a funny username. I have a minor bug where settlers complain about the bed situation, even though I have enough housing. If you want a minor bug to look at on stream. Well, that one, unfortunately, is an engine bug. So you can kind of resolve it by doing this. If you go into... if you have MCM, you can do it from here. Otherwise, you need to go to a chem workbench and craft a workshop framework holotape. But if you have MCM, you can do it right here. If you go to workshop framework, under settlement gameplay, and make sure the shelter mechanic is off. And that should resolve it as long as you have enough beds. But there's a base game bug where if the bed doesn't technically, like if the game doesn't think the bed has a roof over it, then it won't count it as a real bed. So check on that. You should have it disabled because I believe we have SS2 turns it off for you automatically. But that's the only thing I can think of that would be causing that. If you have enough beds. Let's see here. We need some floors here. Alright, actually, we're gonna go... Alright, I'm gonna try and do some, like, cleverness with, if I can remember the hotkeys. Do you guys remember, what are the hotkeys, guys, to save and load locations from Place Everywhere, where you can, like, copy the coordinates of something? I can't remember the hotkeys for it. It's like F10 or F11, something like that. Stop by Trudy's. She has glasses of kind? Yeah, I should do that. Does Daphne Dean work? I do have Brotherhood Holotext with no dialogue option to hand it to her. I mean, as far as I know, maybe it could be on her tracker. I can check in a minute. Alright, so I'm going to try this. I'm going to try a hotkey here. Let's see, is it F10? No. F11? Nope, that did timescale. No, we don't want to mess with that. Let's try F9? Nope. What did that do? Did we just quick load? Did I just quick load to save? Oh no! I thought a freaking Place Everywhere overrode all those. No! What's 1 through 0? Alright, let's see how bad it was. Let's see how bad it was. Zero is set all stored info outlined object. Ah, thank you. That's what I was looking for. So it's not the F keys. It's just 1 through 0. Hopefully we ended up we hopefully had a save just from randomly going in on a workshop mode. Okay. Well, we gotta go do Lily stuff again. Whoops. Whoops.
We need more water. Even another water pump.
Can't remember the last time I had clean fingernails.
Are you the one who put out the radio message?
Uh-huh.
We had...
Right.
Alright, we're
Of
gonna
course.
spam through
Go right
this.
ahead.
Just...
Okay, and then I think she's insta gonna trigger the next scene with Paul.
Hey, stop that, please. It can't be good for the sensor.
But it won't work right.
That's
Actually, that's interesting. So this is actually kind of a bug. So you're supposed to first have to build homes and jobs for Lily and her friends before the scene starts. So this is
Well, how do I
actually
make it do what I want?
this is actually
I
a bug,
wish I could.
Oh yeah!
which is perfect
really
because we
don't
need
know.
bugs to fix
Then you
things.
don't know
So
that...
we're gonna do this. We're gonna go save. Lively, thank you for the donation. Evan Chat for quick load. Let's see here. So this is we called it CLP instead of LP. This is day 2. Lily bug. And then we're going to do, we're actually going to load back to before Lily. We're going to go back to here. And now we're going to switch over to bug fix mode. This is not a bug. You build more than you need before the quest came up. I basically speed ran SS2. But like, is that something that we put in the, did we put that in the patch notes as intentional? Because this doesn't feel like the way it was designed. Like the way it was designed, it was supposed to be, because it doesn't make any sense for her to immediately just run over and start kicking a sensor. Like there's supposed to be a little bit of time delay in there, which is why you're supposed to build. Because I did not build enough for all of them, right? There's not enough for all of Lily's people. Like if you look in here, even when we add those 3 people, we will be shy. So that is not intended behavior right now, what's happening there. So I think it's an accidental bug. Save. Built more plots on the quest needed, but I didn't build, like, I didn't build 8 more, right? Like I have, oh, I have 8 beds already? Is that what you guys are talking about? So I have enough beds for everybody, and that's enough to trigger it. That's why, because some, well, how do I have 8 beds? Are there default beds in this settlement? I know there's 1 up here. I wonder if one of these building plans bugged out and has too many beds. Oh yeah, this one has 2 right away. Let's try refreshing this. There we go. That one bugged out and had the 2nd bed. This one too. Oh, okay. Well, there's another bug. We're getting the so these these are our building plans. So these beds out here that are out front, we place those during construction phases as like placeholders, and they're not getting cleaned up. So we kind of have a secondary bug right there. Why are those stage items not getting cleaned up? Okay. So we have a couple issues to fix here. You need 8 homes and 8 jobs. Count your plots. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 jobs. I did have 8 beds, but that was because of a bug. But I still only have 5 jobs. So I still, either way, it is triggering too soon. So my guess about I think the what's causing this bed issue is likely a change I made to try and help with city plans in the last patch. And so I think I know what caused that, where we're re-queuing stage items. So I need to just go in and take a poke at that code. So let us pause here, and we'll switch over to Dev Machine, and then we'll get chat out of the way. Okay, so let's go into Simplot, which is the vast majority of the code that handles all the magic of sim settlements as far as the building plans are concerned and everything. So there is I think it's called Q stage items. So I remember I added another call to this somewhere. I think it was here. I'll say update Q stage items to factor in skin spawns, and that is if a skin's being assigned. Okay, so on my other screen, I'm going to go check and see if any of these buildings that screwed up, if they have a skin assigned to them. Let's see, view details. Yeah, that one does. How about the one up top? And how about you, buddy? It does. Okay, so that could be it. Both of the buildings that ended up with the extra sleeping bag have a skin. So it could be that this addition here was a mistake, and I got to think through how that actually is working. So let's see here. So let's look at Q stage items and see what that code actually is doing. So we have 2 bugs we're investigating right now. One is why did the construction stage beds stick around? And then the second is why is Lily considering just residential plots enough to continue the quest? Like you guys were right that I had enough beds where that made sense for that part, but I should have to build some more jobs as well, and that didn't count. So there's something wrong with the code in that quest. Let's see here. Okay, looking at queued stage items here, we're basically making sure that it has a level plan. That makes sense. We're resetting queued items. Let's see here. So this thing here we use as like a little trick to speed up some code to like quickly hide all the previous items, is that we link all these here. So we link everything to the items that need to be removed, and then we can just disable a whole linked ref chain at once. Just reduces some code calls a little later on. All right, we're finding the max stage for the current level. And then we are seeing here, it's like if the Q stage, actually, hold on a second. Let's go back to, I want to go back to this. All right, assign skin, current stage, Q stage items, update all spawns. So what I might want to do for this Q stage items is only call it if, So we shouldn't actually need to do this unless this is a forced plant, unless this is a forced skin. Oh, I just heard it. If forced skin does not equal none, then we'll do this. So basically with that, the forced is used for city plants. I just realized all of my notifications are not enabled on my dev machine. Daniel Moore, thank you for the donation. So the this is used so that city plans can tell a plot like, hey, you need to use this particular one. But in the case of, oh, and you know what? Some of the city planners were talking about that some of the items were getting weird. So this might be a cause of that as well. So I have to think about how to best deal with this. So we only need to do this for if the skin is being assigned in advance. And then we got to think about if there's a situation where we wouldn't want to queue stage items. So let me look at these again. Look at this code again. Okay, so we're looking at the stage. Make sure it's greater than 0. Make sure it's less than the max, or less than or equal to the max. Okay. We're only grabbing the skin if it's the last stage of a level. Okay, that makes sense. All right, then we can replace those, or we can add additional. Okay, here is our array of items we're iterating through. Okay, if the stage number equals the current queued item stage, which is we're setting to whatever one got sent here, or if the stage number is less than 0 and the stage equals the max stage. Yeah, because we let add-on authors just say like, I just want this to show up at the final building level. Like I don't want to have to worry about the numbers and play around with all these stages. So this is just kind of a way to make it easier for them. They can specify just use -1 for all of it, and that counts as whatever the final stage is. Back queue multi-stage items is false by default. Okay. It's less than queued item stage. Okay, so this may be a cause of our issue. Okay, so we're basically checking like if the array of stage items, which are all those little things that spawn like beds and furniture and chairs and such, if it's the stage that we requested, or yep, stage number is -1. Okay, if it's either that current stage or we're at the max stage and it's requesting the max stage, or if we're doing a back queue of multi-stage items. And I think that these beds would be multi-stage items, so maybe they are problematic here. But you can see by it's false by default, so our one call here is not setting that to true, so it wouldn't be from that. So this is the only one that would actually be setting it to true. Spawn stage items. All right, let me finish going through this and then we'll double back. But that could be a commonality here, is this back queue multi-stage items. Okay, then we're checking if there's any requirements on the item. And if it fails the requirements, we say don't spawn it. We also had a system in place where they can set like a name for a spawn and just be like this, they can label it like this one's the bed. And then if you find another one that's labeled bed already, don't spawn the second bed. It's something that's mostly useful for things like they can have add-on authors can have dynamic support for, say, Creation Club content. So like, say you have the Nuka-Cola Cafe and then you want to have like one of their themed items show up instead of a base game item, then you would use this to make sure that only one of them shows up. If it should spawn, we add it to the queue. Okay. So the only thing, let me see here. So this would be, if this is true, well, we're always resetting the items. I'm trying to think if there's a path to where this could happen, where you would end up with an item duplicated or hitting a stage where it shouldn't be there. Vacuum multi-stage items, and the item in question is less than the current stage that we're queuing, and the stage end is either greater than or equal to our current stage. So like, let's say our stage was 7 and this was 3. Well, it's less than 7, and because it's a multi-stage, it would have a different end. So then if the end was 7 or 8, then this would be true. So I feel like I kind of have to look at these building plans to get some more information, just to check, just to walk through like an actual example. So we're going to look through one of these. So metal prefabs. So let's open that up. So our building plans are actually set up as weapon records, and that's because it allows us to do the preview in inventory when you go to select a building plan. So we're going to go here to SS2. I don't know if we name these like this or if we did. Yeah, we did. Okay. So I'm going to look at level plan level 1. All right, where did it go? Here we go. Okay, so we've got our level 1 plan. We're going to look at the stage item spawns here. Okay, so we have this is hard to look at in here, but let's see if we can make this a little better. There we go. Okay, so basically we have these big data arrays, and stage N, that's when it should disappear. Stage 1 is when it should appear. We can label it if we want, and then this is the thing that it's actually spawning. So sleeping bags, level 1 sleeping bags will appear at stage 1 and then disappear at stage 2. Now we can see how many stages we have with the stage models. So we actually have 0, 1, 2. So we have 3 stages really, but we do a 0 index in computer science where the first one you count is 0. It's really it's like a habit we have based on old stuff. Like you could get away with doing a 1 base now. There's plenty because we have plenty of memory, but back in the day when most programming was established, it was just you couldn't afford to waste any tiny bit of data. So then like things like 0 became very important. So stage 2 is actually saying when it gets to the final stage, that's the end, it should disappear. And we're finding that our bed is not disappearing. So it appears at stage 1, fails to disappear at stage 2. And actually, I think we have these set up as 1 based actually. Let me double check. Let's open this up. Last stage, this item should exist. After this, it will be removed. If left blank, it will last exactly 1 stage. Oh, and you know what? I think we did change these stage numbers to be not 0 based because that was confusing to people who don't know the computer science. So I think the stage 1 means soon as the building plan starts, places the bed, then it will last for the second stage, and then when it gets to stage model 3 or stage model index 2, it should remove this, and that just didn't happen. So we need to look at, so it could be because we requeued it. That could be a potential. So maybe it got respawned, or it could be that it just didn't get cleaned up. So let's check into our, well, we can see that if we refresh it, it correctly got rid of it, right? Like the other one up there, it got rid of it after we refreshed it. So presumably this one will as well. It knows that that's not supposed to be there. So let's see, how are we figuring out? So we have this find expiring items. What is this going to do? And we can check and see if this if the sleeping bag at the other one is expired correctly, and then maybe that'll lead us to where the problem might be. So here what we're doing, we're grabbing all of the stage items. All right, we loop through, check and see if the plot was scrapped. Okay. Brief delay and check again. Why are we waiting here? What is this for? Max spawn wait count. Oh, because we're waiting to make sure that all of this find expiring items, I think gets called in the middle of things, and so we need to make sure that the plot had a chance to actually clean everything up. It could also be, actually, let's look at where this is being called at. So some of this is we have to deal with race conditions. When you are away from a settlement, like let's say you're off in a dungeon or something, and one of your buildings upgrades, well, we can place all the new items. This is the bed issue. You guys had talked about the communications plot, right? Where you end up with excess settlers. So here's what causes it. Now I'm remembering. So let's say you're off in a dungeon, right? And you get a whole bunch of notifications that a bunch of buildings upgrade. Well, those buildings can place all their new items, but they can't clean up the old ones because you can't realistically delete things when you're remote because we don't have a reference to them. Because if we kept all that stuff in memory all the time, it would just be a disaster for your system. So instead, when you arrive in a settlement, we quickly have all the plots check if they have expiring items and clean them up. So I think that is what's going on with this. Okay, so we are queuing up any expired items. Grab all the stage items. Wait until our linked refs. Okay, so we expect a certain number spawn. We're waiting until they actually finish spawning. And let's see here. So we keep resetting this until it is the correct number. Okay. Check to make sure that the plot is loaded. All right, if it's not multi-stage, so multi-stage complicates things. Interesting. So multi-stage would actually be the case for one of these. So we actually have to keep that in mind, that this is going to always fail because we are multi-stage. Well, I guess this could be true, though. All right, so is loaded would be true. Get value end stage. Here we go. Here's something we can test. So we should expect the sleeping bag to have an end stage AV. So let's figure out what this end stage AV actually is. Then AV is an actor value, and it just lets us store numbers on things. So it's just like a number associated with the thing. So let's go to end stage. We're going to go to actor value here, end stage. Okay, so we can just search for that. So let me get you guys back in game so you can see basically what I'm going to do here is, oh, hold on, I got my coffee in the way. Over here so I can get access to this mouse and keyboard. Okay, so we'll select the sleeping bag, and then we're going to do get value, and we're going to use that end stage. Oops, I forgot the 2. End stage, and it is set to 2. So it is correctly detecting, or rather it's not detecting it, it is correctly set up so that it is flagged as an item that should disappear. So it's loaded. The value of end stage is less than the Q stage. Let's check this. I'm going to check the find expiring items and see where that's being used, because I wonder if maybe it's sending in. Well, if it was sending like a 0 base instead of a 1 base, then every plot would be bugged. Every plot would always have duplicate items everywhere, and that's not always the case. So I don't know that that's right, but we'll still chase that lead just in case. Okay, so get value end stage for our item would be 2. Presumably the Q stage would be 3, because that's how many models we have. So presumably when the code runs, this would be a 3. And then, all right, if not expiring stage item chain ref, okay, we add it to we make it the next item in the chain. Otherwise, we link it to the previous item in the chain. Multi-stage item was found while 3D was loaded. We can't reliably check the AV, so we'll need to do it later. Object refresh needed. And an object refresh needed is set up so that it'll run automatically, I believe, as soon as you run back into the settlement. So let me check here. So, it might be done in it might actually be done in Plot Manager, because I don't see that this is being referenced anywhere in here. All right, let's check where find expiring items is being run from. Okay, so this happens at the end of set stage. We basically look ahead and see what items are expiring next. So then in theory, we would get to stage 2, and then it would check which items are going to expire in stage 3. That way, when that stage finishes, we can quickly clean up those items. You know what? Here's a test we're going to do. Let's go do and see, is this a fluke? Before I go diving too much deeper in this, because we're going to get into some complicated code here. This might not be a good one for me to do on camera. I'm thinking about how much deeper I'm going to have to go. We're going to try building this building plan now, manually. and then see if it does the exact same thing. See if we end up with this thing here. So let's look at what this one's called, because I don't recall. So we're going to build metal prefabs, and we're going to apply a skin to it. It doesn't really matter. It shouldn't matter which one. They should all be the same. But just to eliminate variables, we will assign the exact same one. All right, so let's build this. Switch this guy over to metal prefabs. I apologize, I know I'm way behind on chat because I'm deep in the code. I will scroll back up in a moment after we find out if this is repeatable. If it's repeatable, I think I'm just going to log this as a bug. I don't think I'm going to go any deeper than this because I think this is one where this is going to just take hours of trial and error to try and sort out. So we are looking for SS2 metal prefabs. There we go. And then we're going to, okay, we're going to let it finish, and then we're going to customize plot here. Yep, pay and build. And then we want to customize plot, change building skin, and we're going to choose the green one. The skin loading always takes a lot longer than building plan loading, because building plan system we have a cache for, but caching all of the skins it's just not practical, because the reason we can cache building plans is because there's a limited number of plot classes, or plot types and sizes. Like there's a limited number of combinations, whereas there's infinite number of combinations of building plan and skin. So the caching would be infinite, so we can't do it. Okay, so now we need to assign someone to this. Alright, let's grab anybody up here. Hey, I need you to open a new... Come here. You're going to build this one now. Alright, we're going to wait and see what happens to this one. See if it ends up with a double bed. In the meantime, I will try and catch up with chat here.
Got it.
John Geddes, I don't know if this question has been asked or answered. Was there any plan for some of the systems from Conqueror being implemented, like faction-controlled settlements? A lot of the systems already exist in SS2. They're just not on heavy display right now. And that's part of why we're doing what we're doing right now, which is trying to clean up a lot of the bugs. Because before I release some of the crazier systems from Conqueror into the wild, I want to have the majority of bugs of SS2 worked out. Because as soon as I start introducing like pre-built settlements, or like large-scale non-quest controlled invasions, it's just going to introduce a whole lot more bugs. So I need to like have the base cleaned up, right? It's like you don't want to build your house on a foundation of sand. So before I release all the crazy Conqueror features, I just need to clean up this code a lot more. I mean, that's one of the reasons that Conqueror has its own weird issues, is because the base of SS1 has some hidden bugs in there. It's actually the base of SS1 is pretty solid, because that was all systems. So you know, my effort wasn't divided between doing story content and systems. So SS1's base is really rock solid as far as bugs are concerned, but it has it's way less efficient because I just didn't know what I was doing back then. I was still learning Papyrus. Okay, so we can see that it is indeed building it twice. All right, so I'm going to do one more experiment here. We're going to remove we're going to scrap this, and we're going to build it without the skin and see if the skin is the culprit. And then I will log whatever the result is, and we'll have a bug on the tracker. So, and this might already be tracked. It just might be that I haven't stumbled upon it yet. All right, so let's choose building plan. Go down to SS2. Grab our metal prefabs. And pay and build.
I knew this real prissy Brahmin baron once. Never met a man who took so much pride in selling cow dung.
Okay, and now we're going to go to here. Customize plot. We're just going to make sure that there's no building skin. There should be a remove skin option here. Okay, and now we assign somebody again to this. You, sir. Come here. Alright, then we'll let this build. Captain, this format of live stream is so amazing. Thank you for showing us. Wait a second. Am I on the...
Sure.
Okay, I just realized I wasn't sure if you guys were seeing me do all this stuff in the game. So I just realized I was trying to make sure that the stream was doing exactly what you're describing here. I think it might get more people interested into building and modding. I hope so. And if not, at least you guys can see how the sausage is made and why it takes so long for us to fix bugs. Carmack, haha, you're a bug. Sorry, silly mode activated. We have plenty of those. Let's see. Andred J08. Is there a reason why city plans only go up to level 3? Are there limitations for having higher level plans? No, there's no limitation. It was just like, so we tend to, whatever we put out in the base mod, we kind of set the example for the add-on community. And so like if we let it go, if we went up to higher levels, I think it would be expected that we include those levels with the base, and just we didn't want to. Like, that's just, every level is more work. And eventually you just have to pick a scope that's achievable, or you just don't release anything. So there's no technical reason that it couldn't go higher. We just went with that to, it just felt right. Like 3 levels, all the plots are 3 levels. But in theory, it could be set up so that, like the code wouldn't really be different to go up to higher levels. But I think we have it hard capped. Like it's not unlocked where people could just make their own. Okay, you can see, so without a skin, it does not end up with the extra bed. Okay, so it is related to skins. So duplicates bed when skin is used. Okay, so that's so something to do with skins. So that at least gives me like something to chase, so I don't have to go chase this forever. Okay, so now we want to, we're going to pause this again. We're going to go back to dev. So next, we're going to, okay, first I'm going to undo any changes I made here. Let's undo all that. We'll come back. I'll come back and mess with this later. Now that I got this logged, I can take a look at it later. So the other thing we want to sort out is why did Lily start building right away? And that, so let's close this out. So we need to go to our main quest. And we are looking at, I believe it was if I had a hammer. Yep. All right, so we're going to look at this script here, and we're going to try and figure out. So let's see, we have Lily intro scene completed. So when this occurs, okay, so what happens? So we complete the objective to greet Lily, add her and her followers to the settlement. Then we update our build objectives. So we go down to update build objectives. What is this going to do? Okay, so this says, all right, if the quest is completed already, we return. Makes sense. We check what our job requirement was before. Set it to our total settler count needed. Where is that being set, though? This might be part of our problem. Okay, so jobs required. So we need to figure out where this is being set. That might be part of our problem here. But then if we scroll down, we grab all of our settlers, we iterate through them, check if they have a home or job. So actually we have a log for this. So I can actually look at this log and see exactly what happened. That's nice. So we must have had this problem before, and I was trying to track it down, so I left all these logs in here. Okay, we're checking all these assignment type keywords, making sure everything's good. All right, if not, get stage done. Player finished building first batch. Okay, so we're using this same code here. Triggered at Lily arriving. Okay, so this... Oh, total settler count needed might be a hard-coded value. Let's see here. Okay, I see it. You guys don't see this. I have a second monitor that's showing. That's where the search results come up. So whenever I do these searches, it's just off on the other screen, which is why you might hear my volume get changed because I'm talking over here while looking at the other screen. Let's see here. Okay, so we're checking to see if the jobs assigned and constructed, residential assigned and constructed, are equal to the amount needed. All assignments found. If Lily intro scene is complete, then we go ahead and player finished building first batch. Let's see. Finish building second batch. Okay, so the only thing I can think of is that total settlers count needed isn't getting updated before we update the objective. So let's see where this is being set. So I have this thing where it's post Lily being set. Player finished building first batch. Here's Lily. We move her where we need her to go. Okay, so this is being set to the appropriate number. Post Lily is set to 8. And that is being set before she even appears for you to do the scene. So that couldn't be wrong. All right, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the play machine here. And we're going to just look at our log file. So hold on a second. I got to do bringing up the log on this computer. That is one thing I don't have a button to do yet. I got to figure that out. I have a KVM switch to go between the computers, and I don't yet have... I haven't figured out how to make the hotkey for the KVM work with my Stream Deck. I don't know how to do that yet. We'll figure that out next week, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to go into my games. You guys will see this in just a second. Logs, script, user. And then we have a special log file just for this quest because it was probably a bug we were chasing for a while. Okay, so one of the problems is going to be that this log file is going to have multiple instances. So you know what we're going to do? We're actually going to close the game out. So hold on, we're going to close this out. And then we'll replay the Lily stuff. Because when we reload the game, we will get a fresh log file. That way we can look at a clean log and step through exactly what's happening here. A1 Racer is a way to bypass level 0 on a city plan so it auto starts on level 1. I don't believe so. There is in HQ. You can send engineers to a settlement to force level it up. That's the only thing I can think that we have. All right, so let's go to the pre-Lily save here. Oscar Fry, if I give you, say, 200 USD, would you add some more adult theme plus SS2? No. No. There are plenty of people who will do that, though. But yeah, no, that's not happening. Dedicated is understood and will update going forward the compatible with pre-next gen upgrade. Yeah, all of their patches, unless Bethesda forces us to upgrade the CK for the sake of uploading into Bethesda.net, we're gonna stick with developing SS2 in old gen. So because that works. Mods developed in the old gen CK still work with next gen, whereas the reverse is not true. Okay, let's see here. So first I'm going to check and see if a new log file was generated. So let's go into my log files here. There's one at 1024. Okay, here's our new thing. Okay, so here we updated build objectives. We found 5 settlers, checking their assignments. We can see the first one has both. The second one has both. The third one has both. Fourth one has both. Fifth one has both. Okay, so everybody has all of their assignments. So now let's go into game and see what happens after we can complete the Lily conversation.
Hey. Are you the one who put out the radio message? Is this your settlement? It's very nice. We had to leave our home.
Of course. Go right ahead.
Oh, thank you. Don't worry. We're willing to work. Just let us know where you want us.
Okay, so now we get this. This is where the bug kicks in. It's going to automatically skip ahead. Or is it? Is it not going to do it now?
Hey, stop
Nope,
that,
there it goes.
please. I
Okay,
can't-
so now they're fighting over that, which means it skipped ahead. So let's see what the log says happened. So our last log moment was at 10:24:21. So we want to start here. Okay, so we found 8 settlers checking their assignments. So we can see right away, has home, has job false. So we immediately have a failure. Okay, so we have an immediate failure, so this should fail. So there's some error, so there's some logic flaw in the code. So let's head back to our dev machine. And I have chat paused right now so I can catch back up where I was. I see a question from Preston Armstrong, and we'll get to just a moment. Let's finish up following through this chain of thought here. So update build objectives called. So let's look at that. Update build objectives called. All right, so from here, found 8 settlers. So I guess one of the things that we're not outputting in the log file is the requirement here, but it should, we've already stepped through the code and we saw that it should be an 8. So let's see here what, so the found 8 settlers is right here. So we immediately get to a false for both. So then that should be skipped. So this whole block should be skipped. All assignments found, all construction completed. Jobs assigned is greater than equal total or settler count needed, and residential assigned. And residential assigned gets incremented here. Jobs assigned here. All right, player finished building first batch. That should already be done here. So this shouldn't even be an issue. All assignments found is set if jobs assigned is greater than or equal total or settler count needed. Residential assigned is greater than total. So I think I need to add another log for this to see what these numbers are, to see what's going on here. Because we're getting down, so the only way, so the code that's running is going to be this right here, second batch must be running. And that's why we're getting the, so that is stage 60. So let's just confirm that real quick. Let's pop over to the game here. Oops. Nope, that is not what we want. Hold on, I gotta, yeah, I definitely need to fix this up so that I can use my KVM. All right, get Fallout 4 back up. All right, so what we're gonna do is do SQS, SS2C3, oops, not C3, MQ03. This will show us, oh, I think some of the quest names have the whoever implemented their dialogue in the name. All right, so we have these stages done. What did we say the stage I'm looking for is? Stage 60, yeah, so 60 is done. So I'm gonna check and see, is this, bring you guys back, see if this is set anywhere else. So I only see one call to set stage. So this must have evaluated to true. So it thinks all assignments were found, all plot construction is completed. So that means that since we know total or settler count needed must be 8, and here we can double check that. Let's make sure it's not, it can't be set anywhere else. So let's do find all on this. So it gets set to, right before Lily arrives, it gets set to 8 right here. I want to check and see if maybe there's a, or maybe it gets added to. So let's do a plus, find that. No, nothing gets added to it. How about a minus? No, okay. So it's definitely 8 at that point. So, oops, find all, jump back down. So we know, so at this point, we know this is 8, which means that this and this must be getting set to 8 or higher as well. So we got to figure out why that is. All assignments found equals false. The only place to set it true is right here. And then that's getting into this block of code here. Jobs assigned can only be set if the plot config has assignment type job. Okay, hold on. Let's check. So checking keywords. Could it be we're ending up with multiple, like a plot that has multiple keywords somehow? Maybe that's what we're dealing with. All right, let's go back to our game machine here. All right, let's go back through this log again here. So, found 8 settlers. First one has nobody. Second one, we're iterating through their objects. So, checking the keywords. This plot has just home. This plot just has job. This one just has home. This one just has job. Let's just check the homes real quick. So we got home. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should only be 5. And if we check our jobs, we have 1, 2. And the reason I'm double clicking is because when you double click a thing in Notepad++, if there's a second copy of that number in here, it will highlight as well. So we could quickly see if it was being double counted somewhere. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these numbers should only be 5s each. So I think the easiest way to double check here will be to quickly update this script. And let's just dump out that number and see. So let me bring you guys back over to dev here. So what we're going to do up here is right before we get to this. Actually, we're going to go ahead and do it after this. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go mod trace custom. I don't remember what the log name is. Here we go. SS2 MQ03. And we're basically just going to dump out all this information. So we want to find out, let's see here. Dumping assignment results. Oops. And then we're going to just dump all these one after the other. We'll add a little bit of a space, and then we're going to say, so we want to find all these. So we're going to start with this. So settler count needed. We'll just make sure everything is correct. And then we'll just make a bunch of copies of this. So then we're going to check jobs assigned. How many jobs assigned does it think it has? How many residentials assigned? And we'll fix the spacing in a second. And then jobs assigned and constructed, and residential assigned and constructed. And now we're going to tab these over so they're all equal. Oh, need to do one more on each of these. There we go. So now we should just get a nice little output log of this. And we will also do these as well. Actually, we'll do those at the top. So we're going to go this and this, tab you over, and this one. Okay, so now we are going to compile this up real quick. So MQ03, I'll just do it through the PyScript manager. All right, MQ03, we will compile this. Now, if you ever want to do your own custom logs like this, you can't. This mod trace custom is something that I wrote, but all it's doing is it's just a wrapper for doing this. So if you want to do your own custom trace, so you'll do two things. One, at the top of your script before you start doing these. So like somewhere in your script, whether it be like right before you call these, you need to open a new log. So you would do debug.openUserLog. So if we go up to the top here, you'll see our call. So what we do is when the quest first starts up, we open that log. You just give it any name you want. So it'll be like this. Oops. Yeah. There we go. And then to actually do the mod custom log, this is just, again, this is my shorthand for it. What you'd actually do is debug.trace_user, I believe it is. Oh, it's been so long since I've actually used. I always use this one I made up. So we'll come in here. We'll bring up the debug script. And it is trace user. Yep, okay. So you do trace user and then your log name again. So if you guys want to do the same thing to troubleshoot your own stuff, and then whatever you want in this text, whatever you type in here, that will print out in your log. And then these things I'm doing where I'm doing like a plus beforehand. So the stuff that's in quotes will print exactly. And then if I put in a variable that's outside of the quotes, and I concatenate it. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I've never said that word aloud. Or if I have, I've always said it poorly. You can basically string together variables with actual literal strings. So what's inside the quotes is just going to print out literally. And now I'm saying also print this variable. So I added it with a plus sign. So then if I wanted to do more text after it, I could do plus, and then I could put another set of quotes and do more text inside, and it would print that exactly. Then I could do space, another plus, and then another variable name, and it'll just print out whatever's in those variables in your log file. So super useful when you're trying to trace or debug a complex problem, is to make yourself your own log file. So that way you can just see it in one line and not have to deal with the mess that comes in the base game Papyrus log. Okay, so going back to here, oops, let's go ahead and compile this. And then we're going to open up our packaging directory. And I have actually set this up as a file share now on my other computer so that I can hopefully access this quickly. So we're just going to re-add the my entire scripted directory just to make sure, my some settlements v2 directory, just to make sure that I have all the updated ones before I update over on the other PC. So this one I think we'll be able to solve tonight. This one seems like it's going to be something silly. But yes, if you've been managing to speed through Lily's stuff, that was not an intended change. This is a bug. Okay, so now I'm going to bop over to the other PC again. And we are going to close our log file here. Actually, I'm just going to move it over here. We're going to close out of Fallout 4 because I'm going to have to update the BA2 file. And then we're going to want to roll back to the save so we can test, so we can get a new log file and see what it does. So I have direct access to... All right, so we're going to grab this off of my other PC, just drop it on the desktop. Oh, that's so much faster than what I was doing last week. So much faster. Good old gigabit Ethernet. Okay, now we're going to override our Fallout 4 data, and we're going to go ahead and move you into here. Overwrite the existing, and relaunch the game. Okay, here we go. Let's give this another go. All right, Preston Armstrong, what is your favorite programming to work in, and what projects have you worked on in the past? My favorite language... It used to be PHP, because I think PHP is basically like C++ for dummies, because you don't have to, everything's not so heavily typed out, like you can, or so heavily typed, like you can be, it's like lazy man's C++, and it's all web-based, so you can quickly get results. I always liked that about it. Now that I've programmed in many other languages since that used to be my favorite, I don't know that I currently have a favorite. I just have what I use for different projects. So, but like, I still like PHP. I think it's very powerful for quickly prototyping things. I often will prototype things as a web app just because I know that language so well. And I've built dozens of websites and such. Not stuff that, not stuff that you guys will see publicly, like even the SS2 website stuff. I don't build those, but all the stuff that I build, I'm not going to reveal because it's like private corporate intranets and or things I don't need you guys tracking my real name to. So we're not going to talk about the websites I built. None of them are bad or anything. Just want to keep that little bit of a distance between King Gath and the rest of my life. But I mean, my favorite projects I worked on are my Fallout 4 mods. These are so much fun. Well, and Bethesda's mods in general now, because now we've gotten deep into Skyrim modding and Starfield modding. Those have become my favorite projects now. The project I have that pays the bills the most is I have like a really complicated piece of inventory software that integrates with like every major online platform for selling and shipping, and I license that to people, and like that is my main career. So I guess that's my favorite because it's made me a lot of money. It lets me work for myself.
Hey.
But I've definitely come
you
to
the
like
one
Python
who
a
put
lot
out
now.
the radio
I
message?
do a lot of Python lately.
Is this your settlement?
Especially because
We had to leave our home.
ChatGPT is really good at Python. So when I just need to quickly whip something up, or I just don't feel like debugging, I can just toss the script over to ChatGPT and be like, hey, there's something wrong with this, and it'll bust out a solution after like 2 tries. So
Of course. Go right ahead.
Oh, thank you. Don't worry. Just let us know where you want us.
okay, so now we'll wait till the old Paul scene triggers, and then we should check our log again.
Hey, stop
There it goes. Let's alt tab over here. Bring this over. Okay, so we can see our initial one before. So this first one up here is what happens when we first load the save. So Quest 03, at one point we had a bug where people were finding it wasn't always updating, and so we set it up so that every time that you load a save, it will do a double check, and that way if people got stuck, we could just tell them, we'll just save your game, reload it, and it'll force a check. That was just like for troubleshooting. We do that a lot. We'll make little changes. Oops, I just realized I didn't have all these offset correctly. We'll make little changes just for the sake of like making customer support effectively easier, so we can quickly tell somebody, just do this, and that will trigger this thing to happen. So that's what happens when you first load up. Then we get to here, where we're up to 8 settlers now. So now we need to scroll down and see what our numbers look like. Okay, so we can see the total settler count needed did not, in fact, get set to 8 for some reason. So there's our problem. So now let's figure out why that is. Okay, so, and also I can scroll a little bit further into chat here now that I answered Preston's call. I hope I answered your question. The answer would be, I don't really have a favorite. It used to be PHP. Python's growing on me now, but I use a lot of languages. I use JavaScript, Java, Python, C#, C++.
Oh yeah!
All right, I'm trying to catch up on chat now here. Let's see here. Oh, you guys were still on the dev screen. Okay, so I screwed that up at some point here. Let's see. Amri, so what will her behavior be for me? Because when I unlock plot sizes, I fill the bedrooms with 4 plots each for a total of 24, and then add 4 farms and 4 workshops. If you have enough, stuff, you're supposed to have 8 of each, and the problem is I only have 5 of each. I had 8 beds, but I didn't have 8 jobs. So if you have 8 of each before Lily shows up, they should all assign right away, and it should do what it's been doing for me. So that it will take a little bit longer because it has to build them, but yeah, it shouldn't be like instantaneous the moment that you agree to have Lily. Also, let me see who that super chat was from. Captain, check the chat. Thank you for the donation. I'm slowly going through the chat, so hold on just a second here. Let's see. Wait till you uncompile then yell at old Paul. Your screen is not on your game. Wait, the whole time it wasn't on my game? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. So, for some reason, Streamlabs put itself back in studio mode, and I had it out of that. Okay, so there's something wrong with my Streamlabs. All right, my apologies, guys. Look at chat. Look at chat. I'm not showing us the game. Yeah, I have. So Streamlabs, if you've not used it, is like it has 2 modes. One is studio mode, where you can preview what you're about to send to people, and that works great for when I'm controlling it manually. But when I'm using this Streamlabs thing, I don't want to be using studio mode. I just want it to jump. So watch. Let's see. We can just push a button and it jumps back and forth. But somehow it put itself back into studio mode. So then it required me to manually do it. So my apologies, guys. Thanks for the point out, Captain. I'm running out of screen real estate. I need like a 4th monitor here so that I can see all this stuff. So now I'm going to try and arrange my desktop so I can see what Streamlabs is showing you guys and chat at the same time. Okay, so our problem now we know is that total seller count needed is not being correctly set. So it starts out at 0. It gets set to pre-Lily when Paul gives the player the quest. It's supposed to get set to post-Lily when Lily shows up. I objective greet Lily. Okay. All right, right, so let's see here. So what we need, I guess we need to check here. What stage is this? This is stage 30, which that was definitely set. Just have one of the team in VC with you to tell you. I wouldn't get anything done if I had somebody in voice chat with me. We would just be talking and ignoring all you guys. Yeah, the only reason I'm not using VS Code for Papyrus is because there's not a formal plugin for it. There's like a community made one, so I haven't used it. I do use VS Code for C# and C++, but I'm not using it for Papyrus right now. Okay, so let's see here. Why is this not getting set? Let's check what the value of this is. So this is 8. It is a const, so it can't change. Let's double check one more time to make sure this is not being set anywhere else. No, it's only being set twice. All right, now is there anywhere else that Lily can get moved or that this objective can get set? Let's look up this objective. So it only gets set here. And let's look at that objective. So that's objective 30. Greet the newcomers. Okay, and that is what we were seeing. So the only place this can get set is in the same line of code that sets this to 8. That is so weird. Yeah, so as far as I can tell, there's nothing wrong in the code. But yeah, this is still printing out as 5. And that should not be possible. All right, we're going to go back into game again. Okay, you guys should see. Tell me if I got this right or if I screwed up the thing again. You guys should just see the log file right now, right? And it sounds like the game audio is not working now.
Can't be good
oh, there
for
it
the
goes.
sensor.
But it won't work right.
That's no reason to go.
Okay, so we're gonna reload. We're gonna reload back to Lily. Okay, so now we're gonna go. We can actually look at the variables in a script here. So we're gonna go show quest variable, and we're gonna look for total. So we can see our total settler count needed is 5 right now. And let's look at the quest stages. Oops. All right, so right now, 30 is done. What is stage 30? Oh, hold on, I gotta bop back over to the other machine for a second. I know you guys aren't. You guys just see the log file right now, I believe. All right, so stage 30, player finished sensors. What we're looking for to happen is stage 40, which is what should set the count needed to 8. Oh, actually okay, so stage 30 is actually meant to set that. Interesting. So at this point, so at stage 30, this is meant to already be 8, and it's not. So we have the bug already at this point. All right, let's check something else here real quick. These are the worst bugs where it's like, well, this is an impossible bug. This can't possibly happen. I'm looking at this and it's not. There's no way to trace through the code where this happens. So we're gonna look at Lily. Oops. SQB. Okay. So post Lily is 8, pre Lily is 5. The only thing I can think of is if that shouldn't be it. I would say there's like comments surrounding the line that's setting it. It's like, did we accidentally comment the entire line? Yeah, this just feels like impossible. Like there's no way that this could have happened. This is very very bizarre. Here, I'm gonna bring you guys in, so any of you who has the least bit of programming experience can help me see that I'm not insane. So we know we made it to here, to this stage. We're in this else if block. We grab Lily. We grab the workshop that Jake treats as our main settlement. We then try and figure out where to move Lily to. So we look at the spawn link. If we can't find that, we'll go with the center link because every settlement has that. And if for some reason it doesn't, if somebody set up the settlement wrong, then we'll just drop her onto the workshop, right? So then we move her there. Then we set our settler count needed to 8 right here. So if I show you guys, if I search for this, we can see it's a const set to 8, which means it can't exist to anything else. And if we jump back over to the game, you can see down on the bottom of the screen down here, plot count requirement post Lily is equal to 8. So it's correct in the game. So when we come down here to where we're setting it, so we're supposed to be setting this to 8. If we search up where we're setting this, we only set it 2 times. We set it pre-Lily, which is this Paul Gibbs player quest stage. And then we set it again post-Lily, which is this one that we're in right now. So it only gets set ever twice. And the pre-Lily one is set stage 20. And if we go back into game and we look at our stages that have been set, you can see stage 20 is already done. So as far as I can tell, what we're seeing here with the number being 5 still instead of 8 is impossible. There is no path through the code that makes that happen. Am I crazy? You guys, what's going on here? So the only thing that came to mind was like, you know, if we had something like if I had accidentally, if the line was so long that this was actually part of the comment and this had just word wrapped, right? But that's clearly not the case. Well, I haven't made any fixes, Oscar. The only change I've made to the code since we started looking at this was just added a debug log. All I've done is dump out some scripts. I haven't actually changed any of the code. So yeah, we're gonna say that this is just this is a Fallout 4 doing a Fallout 4. This is something that this is not a bug. This is like an unfixable problem because something at the baseline of the game code is just malfunctioned because this is impossible. So the only thing I can think of that we could, I don't even know if this would matter if we like get rid of this const variable and just change it to a what we call a magic number where it just says the number 8 here. Doesn't feel great, but here, you know what? Let's check something else. Let's make sure that we're not calling. So we we wrap all of our stage handling in this handle stage changes, which lets us rerun stage activities. So let's make sure. Okay, we're only doing it in on-stage set. Okay, just making sure we weren't calling handle stage changes and forcing... Because I guess the only way I could think of it would get set back to 5 is if we reran this stage here. But stages are not repeatable by default. And so if I go into here, there's allow repeated stages, the only way a stage could repeat, which we don't have checked. So this code won't run a second time. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, so as far as I can tell, this is an engine level bug. Doesn't make any sense. And I would bet, actually we can test that. I'll say I would bet that it's not always repeatable. That not all of you will run into this every time. So let's do something. Let's see here. Let's go load. Is this far enough back before Lily even showed up? So let's look at our quest stages. Okay, so this is already done. This is already 30. We need to get to before stage 30, because stage 30 is when Lily is here. So let's see if we even have a save far enough back. How far back is this one? 1 hour, 59 minutes. Oh, this is like 7 minutes into the stream, so that's going to be too far back. Okay, so yeah, we don't really have a save we can check it on. Okay, so we're stuck with it. We at least figured out, I figured out that the duplicate beds are happening because of the skins, so that is something I can research more deeply. This thing with Quest 3 with Lily triggering the scene with Old Paul immediately is... Who knows? It's as far as I can see.
Hey, stop that, please. It
It
can't
is
be
just
good for the sensor.
Papyrus just
But it
failed.
won't work right.
That's no reason to go beating the living daylights out of it.
Well, how do I make...
Excuse me,
I
miss.
wish I could tell you.
hello again.
Alright, we're gonna
I
speed
really
through this
don't
since
know.
we have played through this
Oh,
already. And
thank-
we've burned enough
I
time
could have
on
a chat with
a
him.
Bethesda
It's this-
bug.
A store?
Maybe. I'll go see him immediately.
Oh, well, in the meantime.
Good luck.
Okay. So if any, I think I saw somebody saying, "What are we chasing down right now?" So the bug we ran into was Lily and friends showed up, and you're supposed to then get an objective to build them homes and jobs, and then after you satisfy those needs, then this scene plays out. But for us, her scene played immediately, and it turns out there's some weird bug at the engine level that caused a variable in a script to not update. Doesn't make a lot of sense. It's as far as I can see, an impossible bug, which is unfortunate, because those are ones we can't do anything about. This is the type of stuff when it happens where I'm just like, and this is why we need our own game engine, because like I don't have the ability to step through the code and figure out what's happening, or even if I could do that, I can't make any changes to it to prevent that from happening. So occasionally we run into these kind of bugs where something happens, there's no explanation for it whatsoever, and our hands are tied. We have no tools to deal with it. So this is probably the #1 source of this kind of stuff, the #1 source of pushing me to be like, one day I'm going to need my own game, because relying on these games to work correctly will drive a man insane. Alright, so let's move on. Let's continue. We're going to go ahead and get Lily and friends their stuff, even though the game doesn't seem to think we need to.
Oh yeah!
Kevin Kingath appointment Kez? Huh? Well, thank you for the donation. We're still looking at... Oh, it went... Oh, are you kidding me? Hold on. It went back to studio mode again. Streamlabs just like turned itself back into studio mode. No! Stop it. Okay, so apparently this is I'm guessing it's a problem with my with something with the Stream Deck. It just sometimes is putting things into studio mode. Appoint someone. No, we're gonna fix. We are going to fix this equipment for next week. Let me see. Hold on. Actually, you know, I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to, let's see. Streamlabs. Disable studio mode forever. Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna try something here. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's not going to studio mode. Why is it doing that? Oh, I bet I know what it is. Hold on a second. Let's do this. Let's switch machines. No, it's not doing it when I do that either. I'm very confused. Everything makes no sense tonight. Everything is broken and I don't understand it. Multiple impossible things happening. Okay, well, you guys are in for now, so all right. Oops. So we've got impossible code, impossible streaming. It's a good night. All right, let's get them their housing stack up here. Oh, level up off the building. I'll take it. Come on, come on. Get out of here. You filthy snap points. Okay, we get to do silly snap hopping for this. Oops. Okay. Alright, there's their housing. And because we've wasted enough time fiddling with stuff for now, we'll just pretend, since it's so dark, we don't see that how the hell those are attached to the screen. I'll come back and do that later. Alright, let's get some more industrial down. And we're gonna start shaking up with the layout here a little bit. Put a little aisle there, and then I'm gonna get kind of crooked because all this snapping doesn't feel wastelandy enough to me. So we need to break it up. This Lily's gang is a little more disorganized, and we'll get one more agricultural in there too. Okay, and now let's take that level up. Alright, let's see here. Alright, that's a level 11. 17, ages away. 18. Okay, we got a long ways before any of these. So the next one that we want to double up on is Rifleman. I think I'll grab Action Boy. Okay. Alright, let's go talk to Jake. And this is still an amazing live stream. Please don't get discouraged because I've seen the code, everything. Everybody agree. Oh, no, I'm not getting discouraged. It's just funny that we've run into these inexplicable issues. I'm glad I at least found the skin bug, because that probably explains a lot of weird issues that folks have been reporting. Nope. Ready to talk, buddy? Nope. He's really into that.
Excuse me.
Oh, hey there. Didn't expect to be seeing you again. Is something up? It's not the ASAMs, is it?
Anything been happening around here?
Since you helped get rid of those raiders, things have been fairly quiet here. Just the way I like it. But I doubt you came all this way just to ask me that. I assume something is wrong with the ASAMs?
That's why I'm here.
So it is the sensors that bring you here. Look, I'll tell you the same thing I told the others. I know it may seem confusing, but trust me, just stick with it. Keep building with them, and provide your people with proper supervision. Eventually, it'll all make sense.
The others?
You're not the first to make use of the sensors. I've provided a fair few to other folk as well. However, most seem...
Yeah, some of those other folk must have stolen those boxes from your shop.
What do you mean by proper supervision?
ASAMs are easy enough to use, but sometimes you literally need to tell someone to use them. It's as if people need verbal permission to improve their lives or something.
What else do you have?
What else? Are you saying the sensors aren't enough for you? Huh. Well, that's a first. Most people complain ASAMs are too complicated. No one's ever asked for more. I'm starting to get the feeling you're not exactly like most people, are you? All right, Slick. Consider me curious. What's your story? Like for starters, that Pip-Boy on your wrist. I bet there's a tale behind that.
Why are you asking about my Pip-Boy?
It's not every day someone trips over a Pip-Boy. Heck, took me years to find mine. So where'd you get yours?
What do you know about Vault-Tec?
Vault-Tec? Well, considering you're wearing one of them blue jumpsuits, chances are you know a lot more than me. Hold on a minute. Pip-Boy. Vault suit. That expression you'd see on a Brahmin getting its first milking. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I get the feeling you're a legit vault dweller.
I don't think I've ever approached him in a vault suit, so that's the first time I've heard that exact set of lines.
Vault 111. It was some kind of cryo facility. I woke up at one point. Some people killed my wife and kidnapped my son. I'm trying to find him.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I know what that's... Well, I know something like that ain't easy. You might be surprised how common that kind of thing is out here. I mean, not the frozen in a vault part, but... I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I don't mean to pick at fresh wounds. But what you said about being frozen, are you telling me you're pre-war? Before the bombs?
Yeah. Before the war. Before everything was ruined.
Whoa. Well, that's amazing. You really aren't like most people. Then, if you don't mind my asking, why is a vault dweller from the past bothering with settlements and ASAMs?
I want to help people.
That's an admirable goal. I can respect that. And from what I've seen so far, you're the kind who's more than willing to put actions to those kind of words. Well, guess that explains why you're so serious about this settlement stuff.
Raiders!
Raiders! Hurry!
Jake, what's going on there, buddy?
Wait, what?
Back at the settlement. A whole bunch of them. They've taken hostages, please. You gotta hurry.
Damn raiders are like rat roaches. You crush one and 5 more crawl out. Well, don't you worry, Slick. I got your back. You helped me with my raider problem. Only right I help you with yours.
All right, let's go.
Right you are.
Come on, get the lid out and move before somebody gets killed.
Get the lead out. Lead the way, Paul. Hey, Yogi. You missed out on me troubleshooting a bug for like 45 minutes and then determining that it's impossible for the bug to have occurred and it must in fact be an engine level issue. So that was fun. But now we're gonna help some settlers. Yeah, we originally, this dialogue that Paul delivers there was actually written before we knew what a pain it would be to set up this scene we're about to run into in a settlement, and so we moved it outside of a settlement to avoid a lot of bugginess. That's why it sounds like he's gonna have you go back to the settlement.
Oh, that hurts.
Don't move.
Oh, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. He glitched out behind us.
What?
Forgot. Haven't been doing those much.
Just wanted to trade a few things.
Now, don't get all gung-ho now. Those raiders have hostages.
Alright, let's see how we do over here. I don't think I've ever saved this guy.
Take one step closer and I shoot.
My dead body.
What's going on here?
You stupid! What do you think's going on?
Look, I'm sure we can work this out. No one has to die.
You wasted a whole bunch of us at Concord, so now you're gonna watch some of your people die.
You're going down.
Huh?
What? Oh, did they get her? Yeah, they got her anyway.
What in tarnation is it now?
Motherfucker!
Where are you? Where are you? Oh, oh, oh. Nope, nope, stop shooting the settlers. We save everybody else? Sorry, buddy. Alright, I think everybody else lived. They just took a few bullet wounds. Sorry, guys. Sorry. New at this. What about this guy?
Excuse me.
Damn. That could have gone better. At least it's over now. Say, before we came here, I wanted to ask you something. This maybe isn't the most appropriate time or venue for a chit-chat, but have you got a minute?
Of course. What's up?
Well, this may seem abrupt, but... the Commonwealth. By now, I'm sure you've experienced enough to form an opinion about it, so... tell me, what do you think of it all?
It seems like people are finally rebuilding and recovering from the nuclear war.
Ever the optimist, huh?
All that blood
Keep in
on him.
mind, it's been over 200 years since that war, and folks are still rebuilding and recovering. Not exactly stellar progress. It's a real mess out here. People living in dirt, barely enough food or clean water, random attacks from raiders, pharaohs, or God forbid, synths. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to be that way. It just might be possible to bring back a measure of the civilization to the wastes, like what you used to have.
You made some good points. Tell me more.
You've already seen firsthand what ASAMs can do, and you've shown interest in what more you can get out of them. What if I were to tell you, we've only scratched the surface, and maybe, if you're willing, we could perhaps do more than you ever imagined? I've got plans, but I feel they'd go a whole lot smoother if I had a reliable partner to ride shotgun. So, what I propose is a partnership. You and me, working together to try and rebuild the Commonwealth. What do you say?
All right. I'm in.
Hell yeah! You are not gonna regret this! I suppose a proper introduction is in order. Name's Jake. Jake Evans. And it's a pleasure to be working with you.
He wants to work with me because of my marksmanship.
So, what now?
All right. With the formalities out of the way, let me answer a query of yours. Earlier, you showed an interest in getting more out of ASAMs. Now, if that's something you really are serious about, then I know where to find the equipment we need. However, there is a small problem.
What's the problem?
Same old issue that plagues the entire Commonwealth. Raiders. The place with the ASAM equipment has been claimed by a raider gang. Really dug their heels in. And they're not open to doing trade. But I reckon together we could break into the little base and grab what we need. However, we would be in for a tough fight. So, you think you'd be up for that? Taking on a raider stronghold?
Hold on. I have some questions first.
Of course. What do you want to know?
What exactly are we looking for?
Well, I'm not entirely certain. That's not exactly a reassuring answer, is it? For a while now, I've been looking for this particular piece of tech. I don't know what it's called, but I think I know what it's meant to do. And if we get it, it should help us do more with the ASAMs.
Tell me more.
All right, how do I explain this? Okay, so right now, we got ASAMs, right? And for the most part, they work just fine. However, for them to function even better, they need to be connected to another machine. Some kind of computer, I think. And without this computer, we can't unlock the ASAM's higher functions. So that's what we're looking for, this computer thing. If we can find it, I think we can make the sensors do a lot more.
Tell me about my role in this.
Well, I hate to be cliché, but you'd be the extra muscle. I wish we could just waltz in there and ask for what we want, but that's not really an option.
Any idea how many raiders we're talking about?
I'm not too sure of exact numbers. A handful at least. 10, maybe 20. So, best we be prepared.
Nothing else.
All right, then. So, think you could tackle some mean old raiders on their home turf?
Don't worry. I'll help you deal with these raiders.
Well, all right. Now, this equipment we're after was delivered from Concord Hardware to an old Air Force satellite station called Olivia. So that's where we'll be heading. But before we go there, might want to make a pit stop or two. I understand a nearby farm has had recent dealings with this particular group of raiders. It might be worthwhile asking them about it. See if we can't get more up-to-date intel. Also, I've got a small cache of gear hidden nearby Olivia. It's probably still there. Would be useful for our little venture. I'll mark your Pip-Boy with our points of interest, but it's up to you what we do. I'm handing over the reins.
Okay, I just realized we gotta check all these Oh, wait, where'd Dal go? Oh, there. Make sure nobody has our glasses. You. I guess we need to get those from a gunner, huh? Don't usually see the random raiders rocking them. Alright, let's see here. So we can go up to Abernathy. We gotta remember to grab the cash this time. I think last playthrough... I don't know if it was last play. When was that? I played through part of the mod recently and we did that... What am I stuck on? Oh, just a little ledge. We did the playthrough and I forgot to grab the helmet in it. And poor Jake took a shot. Anybody home? There he is.
Hey.
That's close enough, stranger. We're a peaceful farm. We don't want any trouble.
It's okay, I'm friendly. Not looking to cause any trouble.
If you say so, but be warned, we're armed here, so don't try anything. Let me tell you, farming ain't easy. Out in the field all day, every day, and every minute of it spent watching your back.
You gotta be careful. Never know who you can trust these days.
Won't argue with that. Blake Abernathy. Been ages since I've seen one of those vault suits around. You new to these parts?
Yes. And no. It's a long story.
Either way, good to see a new face. How about you? Ever think about working the land?
I'm sure I'll give it a try someday.
Well, good luck to you then. Maybe I'll see you at the Diamond City Market someday and we'll do a swap. Word of advice though, if you do start up a farm, be ready to deal with the raiders. Why do all the hard work when you can just take what you want at gunpoint?
Raiders. The name alone says something.
You really are new. The name's only the tip of the iceberg. They're well armed, take what they want, and kill whoever gets in their way. Last time those raiders hit us, my daughter Mary tried to stand up to them. Now she's buried out back of the house. Only 21 years old, and they shot her down without a thought. That's why we need the Minutemen back. And the sooner, the better.
There's nothing worse than losing a child.
Oh man, one of the options
Believe
was
me,
she
I know.
deserved it.
I'm sorry to hear you say so.
That's harsh.
I don't have much to offer.
Don't expect that
but
kind of dialogue in the
those
base game.
raiders that killed Mary, they took her locket too. It's been in Connie's family for generations. If you could get it back, it'd mean a lot to us.
Do you know where they're coming from?
Yeah, pretty sure I do. One of them mentioned Olivia while they were here. My guess is they're holed up in that old USAF station.
Poor guy. Losing his daughter like that. Why don't we go give those raiders a little payback in return?
Okay, off we go. You guys talking about Jake in his silly combat uniform that he wears most of the game, or lack thereof. Yeah, the only character that we put in like a ton of armor, like where he changes, is Aiden, because he's meant to be our one guy who takes all that stuff very seriously. Otherwise, for the most part, we do kind of like the base game. You know, you go look at all the base game companions, and they're wearing basically the same outfit constantly. We did a little bit of changes. I think like Lupe, I think we put a couple things on, but it's not much. I think it's similar to Jake. It's like a helmet and some arm pads or something. Oh, I forgot I got VATS. I've been playing too much Starfield lately. There we go.
Hold on, we're near the cache. Just give me a second here. I hid this stuff a while back when I first checked out the area. Aha! Looks like it's all still here. How do you like the headwear? Pretty cunning, don't you think?
You look absolutely fabulous.
Well, I know it's a flattering color, but fabulous? Kinda feel bad with what you're stuck with now. Here, this is for you.
Alright, let's see. How does it compare to my hard hat? I know he gives us a batting helmet. Extra energy and then neutral on damage. Well, I mean, we gotta take the upgrade. Oh no, the damage. Oh, it's minus. Okay. Well, I think we're not dealing with energy yet, so sorry, Jake. For this playthrough, we're not going in as buds, matching helmets.
Wait up! I'm gonna hold back, scout the area for nasties. I'll let you deal with the raiders directly outside Olivia. Once you're done taking out the trash, I'll meet you at station's entrance.
Those raiders are already yesterday's news.
Alright, just don't go too far away.
And then this is where Jake pretends to help out.
Get some, motherfucker.
Hey!
Oh, there's my favorite stuff.
Still kicking? Jesus.
Oh, she's fighting the mole rats? Okay, sweet.
Lost him.
Nice. What is that? I don't know what's going on over there, but a bullet came whizzed right by my head.
Good job! You really don't like raiders, do you? There were a few lookouts around the perimeter, but I took care of them. Shouldn't have to
We all
worry
know
about
you're
them
lying,
raising the
Jake.
alarm. At least, not right now. Say, before we head in, would you care for a bit of advice?
Sure, what's up?
This particular raider group packs a little more artillery than the usual riffraff. And that includes some nasty big miniguns. Just remember, miniguns need a few seconds to warm up before they start firing, so make sure you use that to your advantage. And make sure you get your ass behind some damn cover. You can't get hit by what can't see you.
Thanks. I always appreciate good advice.
Come on, let's head on in.
I don't know, am I low health again? Oh, yes, I am. Yep, that is why I'm running on low health. I'd never even noticed. All right, we need to... Nope. We need to favorite this. There we go. Health problem solved. I'm assuming so much Jake knew about the gear you have, because down the squad's T-45 and a minigun. That's true. He shouldn't advise you if you have a minigun in hand. Just be like, yeah, what do you think, jackass? What am I using here?
Cambridge Polymer Labs, the global lead.
Cities 3, I wanted to ask how you felt about Jake becoming available as a companion much sooner. I want to use him as a companion, but he's available so late it's hard not to have completed the game. It's not something that we're looking to add in. He's too important to the main quest. It would like break all sorts of things to make him a companion earlier. And it's yeah. So he's a companion for Far Harbor and
I wonder.
Nuka World. and other mods.
We're in luck. Air Force kept a log of inventory, and it mentions a delivery from Concord right here. From Concord Hardware, delivery by Boston Direct, courtesy of Senator K.S. Magnuson. Item 1, industrial-sized.
Has any of you guys tried out
ComHub? That must be the ACM
Captain
equipment we're here
Laserbeam's
for.
Super Mutant Redux?
And I think it's stored behind that door up ahead.
Faction
Which
stuff?
is locked. Huh.
I saw he released that
tampered with.
a week or two
There's
ago.
an extra level of security. Now I reckon I could get through it though. Just give
Looks
me
like
a few
it'd be fun.
minutes.
Build Super Mutant
In the
Army.
meantime, I'd appreciate if you take care of any raiders around. I don't like the idea of someone sneaking up on us while I work on this.
Sounds good, buddy.
What the hell was that?
Nope. Hey.
Thought you could hide?
Oh my gosh. Jake, I think you Nope.
And that's how it's done.
Jake's like, I'll just take care of this. You're not very good at this.
It's over.
Thanks, Jake.
That's right. You know, I'm always headed back for interrogations. Judge Zeller and his people sounds like they take it to a whole new level. Stupid idea, man. Stupid idea. Yeah.
Well, we gotta crack into this because there might be jet inside.
Yes.
Oh, another fusion core. We can rescue our power armor from Charities.
What? What? No! There you are, you bastard.
Good on you, better stop!
That looks painful. Somebody crammed him into a box. Hey, there's the bucket. Oh, we got an... I think that's a helmet upgrade. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, teddy bear. Oh, and actually, dog meat. Here, you can have the bear.
Hey.
Trade. Oh, apparently I gave him a hard hat and a pipe wrench. I don't recall doing that. Teddy bear for you. Oh, I didn't do the animation for me.
Huh?
You're a shit. Show them.
He's just hiding in a little room over here. What's going on, buddy?
Hey there.
Mighty impressive. Thanks for the help. I was not enjoying the shootout developing there.
No thanks necessary.
Oh, dang it. Dented my helmet. Oh, well, better than a bullet to the brain box. All right, let's get down to business. Raiders interrupted as I was finishing up. Just need to hit the
let's
last
see if
few
that's the
keys on the
mod.
terminal
So-
and... Hey, presto!
No, he had
There we
maybe
are.
that's it. Let's see.
Let's take a peek inside, shall we?
DLC mutants.
Help yourself to anything that takes your fancy. Only one thing I'm interested in, and I think it's right over here.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Adds Super Mutant Redux integration into it. Super Mutant Redux is ridiculous. Oh, thank you. And I think there is a covert ops manual that I usually miss. I'm learning, guys. I'm starting to remember. Oh, I also got pickups as usual. All right, let's see. There we go. Oh, wait a second. Give me all of these pieces. Be right with you, Jake. Important looting to do here. Okay.
Hey there.
Well, well, well. What do we have here? Huh. Would you look at that? Interesting. Very interesting.
What is it?
Oh.
Oh, right. You just unlocked this new class.
Right. Take a look. Shipment label reads from Concord Hardware. This is definitely the equipment we're here for. No mistake there. This is the ASAM comm hub. As best as I understand it, this thing connects to the sensors somehow, allowing them to do more stuff. But I wouldn't really know how it does that until I turn it on. Although looking at it, doesn't look like time's been too kind to this old gal. I'm already seeing a fair number of damaged components. I wonder if it'll still be able to run.
Can we fix this?
I don't even know how bad the damage is yet. I'll have to take a closer look back at the hardware store. Well, I'd say we're done here. We found what we came for. No reason to stick around. You were a big help. There's no way I could have done this by myself.
Can you explain how this thing is actually gonna work?
Well, like I said, I won't really know until I can turn it on. I'm fairly familiar with ASAMs, but this is a new piece of technology for me. It's probably going to take a while to figure it out.
It was a cakewalk. No problem at all.
I'd hate to see what you consider difficult. See, if you've not already done so, now might be a good time to get your bearings. Still can't imagine how overwhelming all this must be for you. Maybe check in on any settlements you've got going. Or if you think you might need more sensors, there may be some not too far from here. A place called West Everett Estates. But I should warn you, area's overrun with super mutants.
Oh, here's a change we're gonna make.
Might be a challenge for you. Even after
If I haven't done it, maybe I already did it and I forgot. But if we haven't done it already, we're gonna make it so you get a full box every time you give him a piece of chalk. Because holding on to chalk is a pain in the butt.
I might be able to do that.
Well, if you do decide to go, take care. I'll contact you once I've looked over the comm hub.
That's another one we can
Hopefully
change.
by
We
then
can
I should have
finally
some idea of how it works.
We can finally
Until then, stay safe out there.
Make it
alright?
so that
Oh, and again, great work today.
all the super mutants in West Everett become friendly with you, because that was always the intention, and it was just during the rapid development of SS2's story content.
How in the 9 circles am I gonna get this thing
That was
back?
not fully communicated to me until after we were already like getting ready to ship, and then I was like, I don't have time to do that, and then I just never made time to do that. But that is what this playthrough is all about, is finding all those things that we just didn't make time to do. Obviously, anything that requires like new voice acting and stuff, we're not gonna implement yet, but other things that I know that were on the polish list we're gonna do. Oh, and I guess I should take this level up. He gives you a whole box? Okay, cool. Yeah, so I must have made that change, because originally it was like one ASAM sensor, and it was like, that's ridiculous for giving him pieces of chalk, because getting chalk to him is a pain. Cities 3, hilarious issue I discovered, but it's Bethesda's combat AI, so I'm not sure if you can do much, but if you jump out of your power armor in the Concord fight, Jake will steal it. Oh, that is funny. Yeah, that is just Bethesda AI. I mean, there's probably a way to tell him never to use power armor, but I guess it would be a pain. We'd have to overwrite the default combat AI, which is not something I'm looking to do. Derek Morgan, are the other Fallout mods that you're playing in your free time? London Subway Runner, America Rising. No, currently the most of my playtime is either testing or doing the Let's Play streams. The only game I've been playing lately, on a rare occasion, like once every other week, is I finally set up the PS4 I bought ages ago. Like, I bought a PS4 years ago and bought all of the, like, the big single-player games like Last of Us, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and I've never played any of them. Yeah, so I finally plugged that in and started playing Horizon. Very good, very cool game. But I did play Mind Games on stream a couple weeks back, which was very cool. But I hadn't finished it. I'm gonna wait till he releases the rest of it before I play it again. Okay, I think we leveled up there. Yes, we did. Okay, always a big fan of Demolition Expert. Moving target I might be playing with this playthrough because I am just planning on skipping most of the stealth and just running around blasting people. I should have made my character look like Danny DeVito. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go Demo Expert. Alright, let's head back to... Wait, well, we can mark this. We might as well go get the XP for this. So let's head back to Abernathy.
I've got that locket back for you.
You serious? That's great news. Connie's gonna be speechless. I'm sure she'll go lean on her prices after what you've done. And feel free to use our workshop. Least we can do.
Nice. Let's get a level out of that. Okay, I don't think we have enough resources to do a city plan here yet. Let's check our... let's check. Oh, we're not that far off. We just need some rubber. We can probably find that. Let's see. Do you got any tires laying around? I feel like most settlements have the obligatory stack of tires in a corner somewhere. The Abernathys are too good for tires, apparently. Alright, we'll go grab some from Red Rocket for you. Alright, guys. I need a recommendation for a city plan for Abernathy. We will go download and install it right now. Community city plan. What's your guys' favorite? There are tires in the trailer behind the farm? Oh, alright then. But are they scrappable? Are they within the, are they within range? Oh yeah, I see them. I see what you're talking about. Yep. Didn't make it quite far enough. Right up next to the... Oh yeah, but I can't reach them. So I would need to have an extended workshop area, I think. The dome for Starlight. No, well, Starlight I'm building by hand. That's my hand-built settlement this time. I like to have one. You can carry them back? Really? Oh, with just like the Z holding? Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, that's funny. I never thought to do this. Let's see if that ends up scrappable. Throw a tire at your... Oh yeah. Sweet. That's pretty funny. Alright, let's build a city planner's desk. And let's give Blake & Co. a nice new home. Alright, we're going to have to save and exit so we can install a mod real quick. Save. CLP day 2. Pre-Abernathy CP. Okay, let's head to Nexus here. Yes, you guys should just see my log file right now. I can actually close that now. Man, I'm still so sad about that the lily bug that we can't fix. Like somebody's gonna go. I hope somebody watches through my live stream and finds the mistake in my code, because I could not find it. I can't see anything wrong. Okay, going to Fallout 4 here. Hold on, I am logged in as the wrong user. Give me a second here. Okay, yeah, you guys are gonna just see my wallpaper for a few minutes here. Oh, Phil's got a link for me. Oh, but I can't reach it. Ah, it's on a different screen. That also works for stealing. Oh yeah, the holding on to X to carry things. I love the bug in, well, it's not a bug, but like the system thing where you can take a box and put it on somebody's head in Skyrim or a basket or whatever, and it blocks their vision. I saw they fixed that, or they removed that exploit in Starfield, which was very sad. It's like, why would you get rid of that? That's just fun. Just leave it. Lachlan, hello. What is the one thing you'd like to see backported from 76? One thing imported from an older Fallout game. From 76, I want the overhead build mode. I think that would be really awesome for plot building, for laying out, high level settlements, as opposed to like getting into the nitty gritty. I think that build mode is really awesome for that kind of building. 89302. Thank you, sir. 89302. Vana's full city plan pack for SS2. Oh, this has got a bunch of them in there. All right, we can give this a go. Holy cow. I'm looking at the mod requirements. Let me make sure there's not like... Okay, it's just a bunch of add-on packs. It's not anything crazy. Yeah, I actually need to get more add-on packs installed as well, but not right now. That's going to take too long. We're just going to install this one real quick here. Oh, it's just a little ESL file. Okay, nice and easy. All right, let's go into our data folder, drop this in, and then add this to our plugins. And we need to update our mod list for the playthrough. So we've got, boop, nope, that's wrong. And yes, you guys don't see anything right now. I'm almost done. Just kidding. I want to keep my mod list updated. So today added 0825. There we go. And let's pop back in the game. And then I think we're going to build this city plan, and then we're going to call it for the night. Good place to stop then. Yeah, it had quite a lot of requirements, but they're soft requirements. They're like building plans, so should be fine. Should be able to still build it. If it's if it's got a whole bunch of holes because they were using constructed items, we'll swap it out. That's why I saved before I used the city plan, so we could swap back. Okay, so we're gonna first assign the city plan. Here we go. Man's Abernathy full farm city plan. So it's warning plugins missing, so we could look at all of them. You can see Vault-Tec Tools. That's a SS2 add-on. Apparently that's the only one. That's not right. Okay, well, whatever. I don't know why it only detected one, but we use this. And now we can assign Blake here. Where's he at? I should install one of the I don't know why I said I should install twice. I should install one of those leader packs so that I can get the perks for Blake and the company. Where are you, buddy? Oh, there he is. Having a heart
I've been thinking about what happened to Mary. Maybe I should be doing something to help so other families don't have to suffer like we did.
What do you mean?
I could join the Minutemen and help defend the Commonwealth.
Oh, honey, listen. It's brave of you to say so, and it's good that you want to help people. But we need you here. Besides, your mother would never forgive you.
I know. It's just, I'm almost a grown woman.
Blake Abernathy now in charge. Yes, tear it all down. We have the sensors. Thanks to thanks to Jake's hardware store. There we go. Hey, we got a song we can actually listen to on stream. I should use 79308. Alright, let me look at that. Oh no! Hold on a second. There we go. Forgot whenever I go to a browser, it tabs out. One of the saddest changes they made in Starfield is we can no longer turn the player into a camera like this. So sad. No cinematic mode in Starfield allowed. If you ever find yourself bored and looking for something to tweak, Jake commenting on the fact that 90% of us have looted his store of sensors before paying us, where he pays us, would be hilarious. Yeah, it'll be we definitely are planning on doing like another pass of dialogue for Jake, but I don't know when. So it'll be but we have a laundry list of other things to do. So I don't to address with his additional dialogue. So I don't know if that'll make the cut or not. But maybe Sir Rick will watch this stream and jot that down because it would be funny. But I know one of the things for the list for Jake is to expand his companion dialogue because it's pretty limited right now. Use city details. Oh, we just unlocked Red Rocket Truck Stop and Sanctuary. Oh, I know why we unlocked those, because we used the city plan. We basically sequence broke from the main quest, which was intentional. We allowed that intentionally to know that some people are just going to want to build city plans as they go. Alright, hold on. Something about this. I'm just making sure I got the right one. No, I didn't. I got ROTC. It didn't. I was like, this looks like the ROTC one. This does not look like Vanna's. Okay, hold on. We're going to reload. Mostly because... Alright, that's... Okay, well, that's a bug right there, then. Assigning CP before leader. It's too late for me to start into another bug hunt, so I'm just adding this to my list. Assigning a city plan before leader, then a leader causes CP to randomize. Because what you're meant to be able to do is, if you do it in the wrong order, it should hold on to the city plan that you selected. So what we're going to do instead, since that is a bug, we are going to assign... We're going to assign Blake to this as the leader. Then we're going to say no to the teardown. No, and then we will assign the city plan second. Okay, it's supposed to be if you pre-select the city plan, that then when you assign a leader, it'll maintain the thing, but that is clearly broken. Okay, now let's make sure that it actually builds the correct city plan. I thought that looked suspiciously familiar. I was like, oh, maybe she used some of the ideas that we did in ROTC. That's fine. Nope, just full on installed the ROTC one. So the Sanctuary and Red Rocket city plans are meant to unlock if you don't do a city plan before you're introduced under the quest. They would unlock right after you build a city plan for. I'm trying to remember which quest is it? Is it Who Can Asam? The one where you meet and help out Stodge and Hubert and all them. At that point, then as long as you have grabbed Dogmeat, you will unlock Red Rocket, and as long as you have grabbed Codsworth, and you don't even have to take him as a companion, just as long as you have gotten his dialogue forward so that he could become a companion, then Sanctuary unlocks. So we block off those particular settlements until after those moments, because depending on how the settlement is designed, you can end up like screwing those characters up, and then you can't get them as companions anymore. So it's pretty rare, but it happened occasionally with city plans during some settlements one, so I just ported that functionality forward. This is quite the fortification here. Oh, we got some solar panels. The city is clearly the most advanced in our. Oh, look at all those power armor frames. This is hyper advanced for our fledgling nation. Alright, well that time I definitely used the right one, because this is absolutely not one of the base SS2 city plans. I've not seen this one before. Now, ours is going to end up looking different than the creator's design, because I don't have all the add-on packs installed, but that's okay. It looks like, from looking at the picture of it, it looks like most things are flat on the ground, so randomization shouldn't hurt it too much. I think the only issue we might run into is we may not have building plans for all the plot size combinations yet, but I'm guessing we do, because we've got Wasteland Adventurers, Rune Homes and Gardens, and a couple other add-on packs that probably fill in a lot of the sizes that we're missing in the base of SS2. Alright, well this place is going to be rich. Okay, well this will be a problem, because they've attached some lights to a building that we're not going to end up with, so I'll have to scrap those. No problem, though. The wiring all worked. That's always good to see. That's another one of those things that is one of the reasons people are always talking about fixing up ROTC, because the wiring is all screwy in it, because we didn't have the wiring code fully figured out when we were working on ROTC. I thought we had it figured out, and then it was the group that has made city plans what they are today on multiple levels is the contest builders, because those folks really care about this stuff a ton and spend countless hours troubleshooting and giving me feedback so that I can fix things. Because at the early days when we were doing city plans in SS2. They were pretty janky. They're getting pretty close now. There's still, I'm told there's still a few issues occasionally with them. With not just the selection that I just wrote down, but also of them not building the correct plans and stuff. And we found today the skin issue where if it's using a skin, it seems to leave some items behind. So that's hopefully I'll get fixed for next patch. Hope is to get a patch in about 2 weeks. So I have a handful of fixes, but I want to dedicate all next week, like all my free time, to bug fixing. So hoping to have a nice list of fixes for 2 weeks from now. But all right, cool. We got a gigantic Abernathy farm, which is a nice change of pace. I'll probably avoid building Red Rocket and Sanctuary just to not tempt fate as far as making my settlement or my save game crash-tastic. So we are. Oh yeah, we didn't get the unlocks before because I reloaded, so that's why. I think I'm gonna just leave my character here. We'll let this build up, and then I'll save again off camera, and then when we load back in, we'll be here, and you guys can see what this place looks like when it's all built out with whatever the Abernathy people were assigned to. Oh, we got the craft here. Very nice. All right, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. Hopefully, I can work out some more technical difficulties next week. We'll get there eventually. I'm figuring this stuff out. So thank you guys for joining me, and I should be back. Sunday. Sunday's always a wild card for me. We have always family stuff going on, but I think I should be here Sunday, and we'll continue with our Skyrim playthrough, unless I have a sudden, overwhelming desire to bust out a nostalgia playthrough, because I do have a handful of games queued up, like Warcraft 2. I played through the Orc campaign, and I kind of want to play through the human campaign on stream. But all right, guys, I will catch you all on Sunday.